All right, and welcome to another extremely exciting Q&A Thursday, where we are here in the TRC Media Center with an action-packed Thursday. Now, next to me, I have Miss Sydney Bray-Gwen.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe this vehicle is about to get washed.
Me either. I can't believe it. It's going to be pretty amazing. So we have a very special treat for you today. So a couple different things to note before we jump into the special treat and the introductions. Right now, at theradcompany.com, it's the freaking 4th of July. Can you believe it? It's happened already. 25% off all microfiber and 10% off chemicals. Woo. And with a purchase of over $75, you're going to get a free red, white, and blue Cyclone mitt. Literally, what more could you want? You're going to get delicious premium microfiber to celebrate those freedoms, do some car washing out there on the 4th of July, fireworks overhead, removing all of that nasty film that comes with it, but also just living your best life. Hopefully, you've cracked open a cold one and enjoying that free gift that you get along the way. So right now, head to theradcompany.com, pick up all of this amazing stuff. The sale is going to be running until about the end of the first week of July. And one cool thing to note is the very limited edition 4th of July Bomb Pop sticker.
I love that.
This is amazing. It's melting because we have smoking hot deals at the Rad Company right now. You don't want to miss out on it. So anyways, we're super excited for that. So now, as far as other treats go, in the studio, we have Mr. Carson Black as well as Mr. Dane Anthony over there running the iPad as he can't let that thing go, right,
No.
Dane?
No, I'm attached to it.
You are.
It would require surgery to...
yeah, we try to take it
No.
away from you, and he says, no, this is my toy, get your own.
Still attached.
And we tell him it's company property, and he just doesn't really care. Yeah. So anyways, over there in the wash bay, we do have Glenn's extremely dirty Jeep. This thing is absolutely filthy because she just went on a grand excursion over to the dry lake beds of Oregon, where she was able to really push this thing to the limits. Dane, tell us more about it.
All right, so it's an 06 Wrangler TJ, the last of the generation. It's got some custom bits, 35-inch tires, and it's really, really filthy. Now, you may notice, it's a little hard to see on this side, but they did do a few TikToks and shorts today on various stuff on the other side. So yes, there's going to be a few clean patches on it. But I told them, I kept coming out here and scolding, don't clean it too much, because I promised a dirty vehicle. Because that's all people ever do in YouTube comments. Oh, it's not dirty. It's dirty.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Very dirty.
Anyway, I got lots of comments here, but I'm happy to see people are already enjoying the sale. So
they're
that's
going to
awesome.
absolutely love it. Again, that Bomb Pop sticker, amazing.
That's one of my absolute favorites.
Cyclone Wash Mitt, also amazing. I don't think you're going to find any other company out there doing 25% off microfiber and 10% off chemicals with a free gift like this.
What are the odds of that? I mean,
the odds are extremely low, Dane, and I don't think that's even going to happen because that would just be a super weird coincidence, right?
That'd be a weird thing to copy.
With that said, Sydney, over on the table, Dane's got a couple good products sitting in front of Carson over there.
Yeah.
I think a couple of your favorites. What are they working with?
I'm pretty excited about the Mudbuster.
Yeah.
That is definitely these are made for off-roading, right? So looks like he's got the Mudbuster out there. That's going to do a great job on those tires, all the undercarriage, everything coated in mud. And then, of course, because Carson's washing, he is going to finish it with the full send. And he's going to full send it. And you know what?
Yes.
You could probably just start with that and finish with that. Might make life easier.
Right over the dirt.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, Sydney, you've gone to a couple different off-roading events for PNS, right?
Yeah.
Right, to go check that out and show off some PNS off-road stuff.
Yeah.
So, what was the most recent one you went to?
The Mint 400.
Mint 400.
Which was just, a couple months ago?
Gotcha.
April? Yeah.
What do you think about people going out there doing off-roading stuff? Do you think they like to have a clean car? Do you think they care about this kind of stuff?
You know what? To be honest, I think it was kind of like NASCAR. The trucks were all clean to begin with. And then it also the higher tier, they were really clean. Maybe the lower ones weren't as clean. But I do think that on race day, I do think that most of the drivers like to have their stuff start out clean. Because then Glenn's, you can tell what kind of day you had.
Oh yeah,
right.
Totally.
I mean, if she went and did another, activity like that, she wouldn't really know any different, right?
Yeah.
So I do think they like to start out with something clean.
Yeah, and then obviously you feel accomplished at the end. Glenn, Glenn is a proud dirty Jeep owner.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
literally
yeah.
loves to show this out. She goes, "Look how dirty my Jeep is," and I go, "Oh my gosh, this is my nightmare, right?
Yeah.
How are you not
Horrifying.
rinsing this off immediately?" And she
Right.
goes, she wears it proudly, right?
Yeah.
Not me. That would be very stressful for me. But at the same time, though, right, with the appropriate products, right, you too can have a very clean off-road rig, and we're going to be demonstrating that today. So, Dane, let's go ahead and kick this thing off.
Yeah, you bet. I'll start
get it
things
going.
off with Umberto, because what would a show be without First from Puerto Rico saying,
Yep.
hello, TRC team.
Humberto,
right
hello.
back.
How are you, my friend?
Then he does say, another great Thursday. I'm inclined to agree. So far, it has been a great Thursday, and we don't intend on stopping yet. I'll follow that up with a Tamara also saying hello, everyone. And yes, the beginning of the show, we get a lot of hellos, but we will get to the detailing questions. Don't you worry. Now, Anthony, I want to say this, or I want you to say this in your best Vin Diesel impression. Alex Stewart's comment.
Hello, family. I mean...
Okay,
That's what I mean, I was trying to go for Riddick there, and it kind of came out as something weirder.
I didn't get
I'm
Vin
super
Diesel.
sorry. Dane,
Yeah.
I just realized something about this stream. Since you are standing up, you have no excuse to demonstrate some flexibility tests.
We're not doing that
okay.
right
the
now.
drop
Maybe
it.
later, though.
Are you
Maybe
sure?
later.
We would like to see you drop it like an Oompa Loompa again.
Yeah.
We are not
It's my
doing that.
favorite. Oh my God, I watched that video like 8 times.
Like when he spins around and he like takes his hands on his knees and like opens his legs,
But the funniest part was when I came in and I said, Dane, was that AI? Because that was so funny. And he was like, no, that was actually me dancing.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. He literally
gosh.
was dropping it. I mean, like heels together, arm above his head. He was getting after it.
All right, after that
All right.
comment,
Here we
we've
go. So
got
we have
ourselves.
Vin. Can we just call him Vin today?
Just call him Vin.
There we go.
We got Vin says, Happy Friday, Junior, all from the cloudy 70-degree south coast of Massachusetts. I hope everyone is well. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this live, so wanted to wish you all a safe and happy 4th. Thank you so much, Vin. We hope you're out there doing things, spending time with family, and probably saving the world, one firework at a time.
That's right. All right, next up, we got Dan Pfeiffer. Also, would not be a Q&A Thursday without Dan. What's he saying, Sydney?
Good afternoon, and word up from the Monsoon, Minnesota. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Looking forward to another great Q&A, and thank you for the 4th of July 4th sale. Great time to restock for the season. Absolutely.
Heck
Dane,
yeah.
have you ever experienced a monsoon?
I've been in some pretty crazy windy scenarios where rain was also involved, but I don't know if it qualified as a monsoon or not.
I would love to experience a monsoon, preferably like somewhere in like Japan or something like that. I feel like the vibes would be pretty immaculate.
So I was in one. I was in Kauai.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that was pretty. And I think they have them every day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
And how did it feel? Like, what were the vibes like? Scary, fun, calming?
It was really humid after, but it was
Yeah.
kind of cool to see. But it is a little bit scary because their trees there are so tall, and like everything. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. And then everybody runs, and it's pretty wild. But I think it happens like every day throughout the summer there in
way.
Hawaii. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
No way.
But then it was really humid after, and that was not my favorite part.
Tropical.
Well, then we've got Vin here also following up.
Yes.
That Jeep looks like it needs some mud buster. Well, Vin, do we have a surprise for you? Anthony, don't be lighting any fields on fire with your fireworks extravaganza this year. Did you remember that?
Did you light up fireworks last
Yeah,
year?
a little field on fire
Oh my gosh.
at my house.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not something to admit on camera.
No, it was illegal. It was a mortar.
that
It was
the-
a mortar.
was that the
I
field
fired
that-
a mortar off illegally. I signed actually a contract that said I would not fire that mortar off within the valley. I fired off like several, probably 20, if not 30, maybe 40 mortars that 4th of July, and I lit. I thought this was an honesty hour.
I mean, if you're up on the bench, does that count as in the valley? I guess it does, depending on what mountain ranges they're referring to. But besides
Is it a
that,
criminal offense?
technicality.
It's a mild criminal offense that I'm admitting
All right,
to.
moving on.
Sorry.
Funny.
David Cervantes.
What's up, guys?
Hey, hey. Followed by a bunch of hellos from Umberto, but we'll get to Tamara. Oh my goodness, Gabe Garcia.
Gabe
He's
Garcia.
right there. He's in the office.
I love it.
Why is he doing this? Why
But
is
he also
like
thinks
this?
it's Friday.
Oh boy. Okay, let's get to David Boyce then. What's
Good
he
afternoon,
saying?
Sydney and General Grievous. Why do I keep
that you?
getting? Yeah, it's a Star Wars reference.
Oh, okay.
Sydney.
Oh boy.
Hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you so much, David. That sticker, said Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, that melted bomb pop has your name on it. If there's
I'm gonna have to
anybody
get
that
one
I
of
know
those,
that
yeah.
likes getting himself into a sticky situation, it's Mr. Maple Syrup himself.
Yeah.
Ooh, love that.
Are you going to see Alex soon?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
He's such a fun guy,
I
dude.
am gonna see
Who
him.
else are you going to see?
Some other friends of the show.
Nice. Okay, we're not going to name off all
I
of
might
their
be
names.
wearing their shirt. But
Oh, interesting, Dane.
Yeah.
Hi,
Anyway,
guys.
we've
Says,
got-
Auto Glow Detailing. What's going on, man?
new face in here. Love to see that.
Nice.
And then I've got Umberto
We're going
saying,
for
yes, cool
Mudbuster
sticker.
round
He
2.
agrees.
Okay, good.
Alex notices that the Jeep is in fact Canadian spec because it
It
was
is.
actually a Canada market Wrangler, weirdly, and then it was brought down here. Oh, Alpha Tango, love seeing AT4 here. What's he saying?
Perfect sale to stock up on all of the best on the best all around towel, the FTW. Thanks, TRC. AT4. Now is the time to get after it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could live with just FTWs.
There we go.
Hello from Belgium. This is Michael. Thank you.
David Boyce also pointing out Johnny Carson Black and the Scatman Dane. Give it a bebop bro. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah, you are.
Fine detailing. Here we are. Ryan.
Afternoon, my friends. Placed my order yesterday and it already shipped. That's how we do things
Nice.
around here. You see that? That's how we roll. Grabbed a sticker, that red, white, and blue mitt, and some GSF. Ryan, enjoy.
I will say the shipping department has been on it, you know, because we were just here for PNS week last week, and like Monday, people already had their Fat Joe kits, and I was surprised. That's that's fast.
I think for the people that still have it, right, this is a remnant that still remains. Blue bead maker would be the perfect
yeah.
time to. This is the perfect time of the year because it was essentially to smell like a blue
Yes.
Yeah.
bomb
It
pop.
was.
I called
Yeah.
it summery drink, but it was kind of
Yeah.
bomb pop scented.
Now, Sydney, you weren't quite a fan
I
of it.
hated it. And
Whereas-
I think my gallon actually resides on Lucas from customer service's desk.
You still have a full gallon, but not because you love it. It's
No, I gave it
because
away though.
it's-
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I gave it to Lucas.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think it lives at his desk now because I just
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's still bead maker. It's still
Yeah.
a good product. It's
Yeah.
going to do what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
I disagree with Sydney. I think it's the best
I
smelling
wasn't
thing
a
ever.
fan. But it wasn't. But it wasn't that the smell was bad. It was that I felt like it was a violation to change the scent of bead maker.
Yes, well, you could take that up with Mr. Bob and Dave Phillips, who
Right, I did. I
signed
have.
off on it.
Yep,
And you
totally
know
have.
what? There is still some of that product that exists out there, and I
Yeah.
hope that for 4th of July, you get that stuff up in the air, you get it on your paint, and you enjoy with some FTWs and some Eagles for sure.
Yeah.
Fine Detailing says, wait, full send is going to full send is
Yep.
going to full send it. Yes,
Yep.
That's
pumped.
right.
Yeah, full send Carson.
with PNS at this point.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, what are you
Back in the
waiting
day, that
for?
would have been possible.
There's always time.
I might get to see Ryan soon
don't laugh.
too.
WG.
David White PG, he says,
Okay.
yeah, a lot has changed. Afternoon all, doing a rinseless wash on my 2025 M4 competition. As I listen to y'all, is there any harm in using excellent PNS paint gloss on the plastic vinyl in my interior?
No,
You
you
can
can
do
totally
it.
use it. Yeah.
We
Yeah, you can't hurt anything.
honestly, I used to have like paint gloss in remember the Dodge Ram 1500, the one with the 5.2 318 Magnum.
Yeah.
All I had was a bottle of paint gloss for that entire truck because
Yeah.
I used it on the vinyl floors too to like
Yeah.
quick clean and whatnot.
That's what we carry in our cars.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
And I sprayed on the interior, exterior. I never saw one ill effect of that.
Yeah, no, it should be totally fine.
That was a truck that you truly could just let it go with. You were able to not totally be psychotic about it.
What are you trying to
And
say, Dane? You saying
I
that?
was impressed with you
Yeah.
being able to do that because every other like beater car you've gotten, which isn't very many, but each time, say like the Civic for example, you turned it into a car that was aspirational for people who like that model, but the trade-off was it also made you crazy about it because suddenly it was nice and no longer a $1,500 car.
Yeah, there's just something like invigorating about like seeing somebody like kick a soccer ball and see it literally hit the side of your bed and dent it, and you go, oh, cool.
Little scamps.
Yeah,
Just
and I
running around hitting
I'm
stuff.
not bothered by that at all.
Do you miss it?
I miss the freedom,
Yeah.
the sense of freedom
Yeah.
of parking anywhere,
Yeah.
not giving a crap. Like
Yeah.
that was really nice for a daily driver.
Yeah.
But I don't really miss the gas mileage. Don't miss
no.
the AC
Yeah.
on it. Don't miss the heater on it. I don't miss the lack of power.
Yeah.
And all those things have been resolved.
The
just
Raptor is eons better in every respect.
in trade for a little bit of craziness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But now you feel a little crazy about it.
Alex Stewart says Dane's flexibility moves are behind
Yes.
are for behind the paywall. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. It's not that high of a paywall either. I mean, honestly, you'd be surprised what a little could get you.
It's crazy what $5 a month could do for a guy. All right, so Neil White.
Says, hello, TRC. Anthony doing his best Kermit the Frog impression. Yeah, it was supposed to be.
That is kind of. It was more Kermit than Vin Diesel
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Dang it.
Grand F. Frick yeah, dudes.
Frick yeah, dudes.
It's instead of his usual yurt. I was actually a little surprised.
Yeah.
Then we got Alpha Tango 4 here, AT4. I have nearly every towel that TRC offers. Should I try the Minx Royale? They look super soft and versatile. I've heard they feel different. I might be able to get my wife to use it if that's the case. How would you describe the Minx
So
Royale?
the Minx Royale, it's a coral style weave, and it's extremely soft. Once you get it wet, it feels very slippery, arguably kind of slimy because of how soft it is.
Spongy-ish.
But it's very spongy. It's a great rinseless wash towel. It's a great door jam towel. It's one of those towels that can like contour once it's wet into pretty much anything. However, the fibers are exceptionally fine on that towel. So if you go to use it dry with like a quick detailer or for polish and compound removal, you're going to have a pretty bad day. Because of the fiber count on that, chances are you might get a little bit of residual linting, which is not ideal. But also the towel, based on the product you're using, may roll on itself depending on what you're wiping down with. But we've always said that like the Minx Royale, once it's wet, it can get into it's so slippery that you can literally just wedge it into certain areas and it will like just do the work for you. It's kind of like, I don't want to say like a snail. It like just gets into things, right? The other option too is once you get it wet, or you dunk it into a batch of rinseless, right, and you just kind of squeeze it out to where it's just damp. It also makes a great like final polish removal towel while it's wet, due to just how soft it is. So if you're working with extremely delicate paint, that would be the other way to use it. But I think most people, rinseless washing, and I'm telling you, door jams. Try that towel wet for your door jams. It'll blow your mind.
It's dense enough that it does like fill in gaps. Like if you push it into a space, like Eagle Edgeless are fluffier. I would say the pile that is longer, but there's a little more space between the fibers versus the fleece, which is more dense. It just fills in a space. Like you put it in there, it's like a liquid. It just like takes up all the room it can in that space. But Sydney, what's been your read of the Minx Royale, the Minx in general?
I'm not really like, and this is nothing against these towels.
No, of course.
Everybody has ones they like. I don't really like the big, soft, fluffy ones. But I totally agree. It's kind of spongy. It's not like fluffy, lightweight like an Eagle would be. But so it's a really nice towel. I just personally don't use them for detailing, but I mean, they're lovely to hold. Yeah.
And then I've got Mac here. Mac Bergson, what's he saying?
Says, hey everyone, hope everyone has a great weekend and an easy, thank you,
There we go.
Independence
Okay,
Week.
that's nice. I like
Ideally
that.
easy, I like that as well.
Yeah.
Dane, speaking of things that are fluffy and feel weird, right?
What?
I know you don't really know where I'm going with this, right?
No. Now I suddenly realize I think I know.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about, because I want to talk about the thing that I have that's fluffy and feels weird, but I think that you want to talk about the thing that's maybe fluffy. It doesn't feel as weird, but it's fluffy.
I'm more concerned that you also have something fluffy that feels weird. In my case, it's a whole dog.
Oh,
You did get it. Can you
I
come back?
did
Can
get
you
a
walk
new
over
dog,
here and just
so-
can look at the
So
camera
great.
so we can see your beautiful
Yeah,
face?
okay,
So
I'll
great.
just come over. I'm trying not to get
you
picked
got
up on your mic.
you got a dog, and what'd you end up getting, Dane?
He's a
Malamute.
big, furry Malamute. So
What's his name?
Congratulations.
he's 7 years old, and his name is Yeti. Like
Yeti.
Yeti. And did
Nice.
you
abominable
rename him, or
snowman
did he come
kind
with
of a
that
creature.
name?
I think he came with that name.
Did he come with that name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Yeah.
he's 7 years old, so he's known it for a long time. I would feel weird about trying to change it at this point. But
Yeah.
apparently he got too big for the family he was with, so
Okay.
He's just fine at my house. I love a big dog, so
Well,
totally fits in.
congratulations, Dane, on
Nice.
the new puppy.
Yeah. So I did own a Siberian Husky back in the day, and the hair is a full-time
Crazy.
job.
Yeah, Dane's okay. Dane likes a little hair. Dane's a hairy guy himself.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He makes
You
it
got a
work.
deal.
Yeah.
Now, what I was going to say is that as far as my fluffy thing, right?
I'm more concerned about where this is going.
My white fluffy thing.
Oh.
So it's 2 weeks.
Please finish the
What
thought.
did they say? Like, let's
For
land
the
this plane,
love of all
Anthony.
that's
Let's land
holy,
this
just
plane.
finish the
I'm
thought.
trying to find the runway right now, Sydney. You give me a
Land
second.
it.
all
Land it, Anthony.
So,
Land it.
so the other day I went to a toy store with my daughter to go get her get a birthday gift for the neighbor kid, right?
Uh-huh.
And we were there, and they had this stuff. I think it's called floof.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
yeah.
It's like kind of like that. Like it's like kind of like silly putty, but
Yeah.
it's like a white,
Right.
fluffy
Yeah.
cloud type of like play stuff that you play with. Smells amazing. It smells like
Really?
marshmallow.
Oh, wow.
And it literally you can create and mold different things out of it. And I got this stuff, and I was like, "Holy crap, dude! Who is coming up with these things? Do you know the sand, the crazy sand,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
I don't know this one. Tell me about this.
The sand, Dean.
It's like magic sand or
magic
something. Yeah.
sand.
What does it do that's so...
You can mold it and move it to certain things, but the second you lift it, it breaks apart and
Yeah.
crumbles like this amazing.
Oh,
It's
so
really
it
wild.
feels like sand, but then it acts
Yeah.
like putty when it's like together.
Even
or
better
something?
than
like
putty.
Kind of,
clay
yeah.
or-
Yeah.
Like it's
Interesting.
insane, but they have that, and they have like certain different. Remember we had like the GAC. Remember GAC
Yeah,
back in the day?
no, we definitely
we
had
like
GAC
we had
back
like
in the
glow in the
day.
dark GAC, and you
Or
had
the-
like the.
Disgusting when people tried to make their own at home and it
Oh,
always
yeah.
turned out bad.
It was
Yeah.
never the same,
Just-
yeah.
just-
But
just
they
buy
have
the
this,
real thing.
so if you have kids and you're looking for a fun like thing that's not super messy, check out this floof. I think it's called floof or whatever it is.
Huh.
It's just this white fluffy. You get a whole tub of it, and it's like extremely fun. It's water soluble. It's easy to clean up.
Okay.
But I need to bring it in sometime because I actually enjoy making things out of it. It's quite fun.
I will bear that in mind. All right, moving along, we got Alex Dewar helpfully pointing out from his Canadian point of view
Yes.
that it will be the birthday on July 1st,
Yep.
Then we got Steve.
Steve says, submitting my weather report for the Q&A record, it is
Thank
the
you.
beginning to cool off 82 degrees Fahrenheit in eastern PA with the possibility of rain. That actually sounds quite nice, right?
Yeah, we've gotten lucky this last week. We had like a really mild week.
Yeah.
I think it's like 82 today or something. But
Yeah.
I hope it holds out for the
We had a
4th.
run of scorchers, and then the
Yeah, and
weekend
then it got
kinda
really
chilled
cold.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dane was talking the other day, we were talking about this, how every person we've ever met from Pennsylvania has a full personality. You know what I mean? Or it has like a good, has
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
well, that's how I would put it, right? But we have found that out, like because we go, hey, where's this person from?
Pennsylvania makes characters.
It makes
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
It
It
has
It makes
to.
you have a compelling personality. It could be anything, but
Yeah.
you're definitely not going to be a boring person if you're from Pennsylvania.
Well-
At least I haven't met any.
Isn't Matt Mormon from Pennsylvania originally?
I thought it was from Connecticut.
No.
Or
Yes,
was
am
it
I right?
Pennsylvania? Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I think he was initially from
I just
Pennsylvania.
knew he was from the Eastern Seaboard.
regular
somewhere.
car reviews, Pennsylvania.
That's true. He is the very specific brand.
But if
of
you've met
Pennsylvania.
Steve's a guy as
yeah.
well. I mean,
All right. Well,
so-
I like Steve. You've met Steve in person,
Yeah.
so you can speak
Yep.
to that.
He's
but
fun.
I like his vibe. All right.
What's the go-to protection for brand new trim? Trim Plus, or just use the paint coating you're using? That's a good question. Sydney, how would you tackle it?
Honestly, so brand new trim, I think I would probably just, if I was already coating the paint, I would probably just use the paint coating that I was using. But that said, if it was not brand new, I think I'm probably going to go Trim Plus. I was super, super impressed with that product. Loved it. Yeah, so great.
Agreed.
How'd it hold up on your truck?
Like, oh, looks like brand new.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was so, that
I
one.
mean,
it
if
was,
it filled this fast, then we'd have an issue. So,
yeah, no,
but
I thought it was so
I'm-
great.
If I get
Yeah.
2 years out of that and it looks like that or close to like that,
Yeah.
even after a year, shoot, dude,
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
be thrilled.
Yeah. No,
that
I-
made
I-
a massive difference on, remember my cowling in front of the
Yeah, and it
windshield?
had that like stain spot.
Sane.
Yeah.
It worked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, no,
So,
it was so great. I
Trim
was
Trim
excited
Plus, I think really where that kind of fits, right? I mean, Solution Finish, we all love and know Solution Finish. It's one of the best that's existed on the market. With, again, you have your different color options. You have your gray, you have your black, and you also have your over the top, right? All amazing. I think Trim Plus is kind of a different take on trim restoration.
Yeah.
And I think where that really fits in is, again, with the ceramic protection, right? And what I would want to note on that is that the trim has water behavior. The trim has beautiful beads, and I'm talking like a fantastic contact angle, something you wouldn't normally see of something on trim. And so like Solution Finish will not give you that type of water behavior with over the top. We know that. That's okay. This will give you that water behavior. So what I would say is that if your vehicle has a lot of trim work and you're finding that you want it to be easier to clean, Trim Plus is probably a pretty good option for you.
Yeah, I was super impressed. And I've always been a big fan of Solution Finish. But what I noticed when we did the side-by-side of the two was that Saturn we were working on it was more of like a dark charcoal gray. It wasn't black. And so it just had a more like natural OEM finish, which, you know, like especially on your truck, you would want it to be the natural black. You wouldn't want it to be really black, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought Trim Plus was great. I will absolutely be using that.
Nope. Definitely a big fan.
Here's
Yeah.
Did somebody say natural finish?
Check this out. I've got none other than Tony M.
Buff and
popping
Tony.
in. Buff and
You know
Tony.
what? Now he knows I'm here because truth be told, usually during the Q&A, Tony tries to call me like every single time. Like the last two shows, he's like literally called me
His
during the
timing
show.
is
So
impeccable.
now he knows. That's great.
It says it's been long enough now. The statute of limitations is over, and you're good, Anthony. Thank
There
you.
you go.
I thank you for knowing the law.
Yeah.
Appreciate
He's
that.
looking
Tony.
out for you. Steve the Foamer.
All right.
Says, hi, can you guys, or can you go over the tire dressings from PNS and Full Send and how they are different from each other, good and bad of each, maybe a standalone video? Thanks.
Now Tony's
Great Jeep.
Tony's
I know
trying
Glenn
to call.
wants to
He
hear
must have
that.
heard me. Too funny. Okay, so do you want me to go over the dressings right
do
now?
it.
Okay, so let's go over my favorites first because this will help me break them down. So obviously Full Send, Dynamic, and Wipe and Shine are my favorites. So Wipe and Shine, the rag company doesn't carry. It's a gel-based dressing. It's amazing. It's literally my favorite PNS product. And then Natural Finish is great, but I don't like to use it on tires. Gabe does. I don't. And then we get into like the other dressings. So we've got Shine All. It works really nice, but it's a lot harder to work with. So you have to do a lot more in the application process. You can't just spray it on and walk away. And I like the lazy stuff, right? I like to spray it and walk away. So, but Shine All, a lot of people like how black it is. It does give a nice finish. It's really black. It's just, for me, it's a little bit more work. And then there is some other ones that I don't typically use. Oh, the one I do like, but it is a commitment, is Dressed. Dressed is a non-silicone glycerin-based dressing, and it looks really great. So if you like the look of like a heptane dressing, it's going to look like that, but it's without all the solvents in it. And so it gives a really nice, like, shiny black, like not greasy, but like shiny black, you know? So it gives a nice finish, but you cannot switch between a water-based dressing and dressed. So that's where undressed comes in. You have to fully strip the tire of all other dressings, and then you can switch to dressed. So like on my vehicle, when I get new tires, I will usually run dressed until somebody screws it up. Right?
Okay.
Because I love the way dressed looks. But once somebody, and I won't name any names in my family, sprays Dynamic on my tires, then in my mind, it's kind of like, now it's not worth resetting them. But all great. And there's some other ones that are like really old. So we'll just deal with kind of the newer ones. But yeah, Full Send, Dynamic. Great.
All right.
Love it.
Nice.
Anything to add to that, Anthony? Or
City got it.
All right.
Knocked out of the park.
I mean, I always trust Sydney to get it.
Home run.
obviously.
Home run Sydney is what we're going to start calling her around here. Ryan Rigdon says, happy Friday Eve, gang. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you being here.
Happy Friday Eve to you too, Ryan. And next up, Travis Aldridge saying, Sydney, I am detailing horse trailers, and I talked to Dave Phillips yesterday. He recommended a PNS product I haven't tried yet. He recommended EnviroClean. Do you have any recommendations?
I do love that because Dave and I were together last week and we were talking about EnviroClean and we said, we just don't talk about it enough. It's such a good product, but we just don't ever talk about it. So that's great that he told you that. So yes, I would recommend the same thing. The other thing you can use is also Mudbuster. So whichever one is easier for you to get. Mudbuster, I love EnviroClean, but I would maybe choose Mudbuster only because it has that rust inhibitor in it. And so I think that for me, that might tip the scale a little bit, when dealing with an all metal trailer and it's outside and it's, kind of living that, not necessarily off-road life, but alternative life to streets, right? But EnviroClean, the nice thing about it is it's highly dilutable. You can use it straight or you can dilute it. And it's just great. It has a ton of cleaning power and it won't cause any marks or streaks. So love EnviroClean. So either that or Mudbuster.
Nice. That answers that. Then I got Alex saying, doing illegal activity in Meridian is just considered another day.
It is.
Yep.
Followed by Ronnie Yacht saying, hello, hello.
Well, hello?
I love this. I hadn't even considered this. Christine, what's he saying?
These camera angles swaps look like some kind of episode from Jersey Shore in the house, LOL. I love it.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Kind of Big Brother-y.
Yeah.
Love Island, all that good stuff. So, yeah. No, I hadn't considered that, but maybe we should lean into that in the future.
Yeah.
Had just weird things happening in the corners. They're like, wait, you weren't supposed to see that?
Yeah.
Ideally,
be totally
a cocktail bar or something like that, happening.
Yeah.
And,
It's just open bar one day.
yeah, it's like mixing drinks, and that'd be nice.
Oh, man.
We could do a nice GTL episode.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Gym tan laundry.
Yeah. Good job. I didn't know if you were old enough for that.
Somebody
Sydney.
threw that out there, yeah.
Gym tan laundry was my life for many years. Yes.
It's still my life, minus
yeah.
the gym part.
Brother Vet says, Sydney, salute, I don't know what that is, elephant?
Hello.
Pound? I don't know what that symbol was. Bill Pearson says, hey guys, and Sydney, funny you should mention monsoons. I just returned from Lake Havasu, where August is known for the afternoon monsoons that blow up very quickly.
Ooh.
We see many boats in trouble then. Wow.
Yeah.
I did hear about that crazy
Lake
storm that
Tahoe
blew
last
through
weekend.
Lake Tahoe last week.
Yeah,
that
last
was
weekend.
crazy.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of
It
boats that got in
capsized
trouble.
a boat. And people were killed, I think.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's wild, because that doesn't usually happen over there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go anywhere near water. It's just
It
not
was
worth it.
like sustained
Me either.
45 mile
Yeah.
per hour winds.
Yeah, I
it
like
was
land.
bad.
There's things in the water.
Desert.
Yep.
All right.
Carlos Miranda says, hello, my rad company friends. Good day to everyone. Thank you,
Hello.
Carlos. Good to see you.
Hello,
Carson, is
Carlos.
that IK running low over there?
What do you mean?
Liquid?
Like you've used it a lot.
I switched it up.
You were
okay.
filming this whole thing?
Yeah.
With that, what are you using? What was in the IK?
So I've used two IKs. First IK, I used a little bit of Built Hamber touchless.
Can't be
Action.
using that.
Well-
You dog.
I mean,
What the heck is this?
anyways, second thing, I also use Decon Soap by Obsessed Garage. So
Gotcha.
double
So
whammy.
do we sell any of those, Carson?
We sure don't, but I'm going to win the people over with full send.
What the
So-
crap? So actually, we do sell one thing. So if you go
do.
to
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Amazon.com and you type in Obsessed Garage, you'll be able to find the three kind of trifecta OG products available. So we are distributing or helping them distribute the drying aid, the Decon soap, as well as the tire dressing. And so all three products are fantastic from them. We have both the 32-ounce and gallon sizes. I highly recommend trying the drying aid. It's fantastic. Pick up a 32-ounce. The tire dressing smells phenomenal. I would say to pick up the Decon soap too, but only use that when obviously you need to use a Decon product.
I went over to give a little inspection, a little follow-up, make sure Carson's being thorough, and I gotta say, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has pretty good work. I think it's almost like he watched Rad Company videos.
Yeah.
Now,
it's like
is he using the IK so he doesn't, like, how come you're not using the foam cannon?
Because this doesn't have a top on it, so I just want a little bit more of a controlled spray.
Okay.
That's smart.
So
That
I don't
makes
trust
sense.
myself.
I mean,
With a foam
we all
cannon.
know Glenn wouldn't care even
Yeah.
if you sprayed the interior because she's just
I
going to pull
was
the
thinking
drain
maybe
plug
it
out
could
and
use
let
it,
her,
yeah.
let her rip. But We could potentially do that near the end if she's game. Like, come out here and be like, "Is it okay?" And then we could
If
shoot
it was
it in there
hotter
just to show
outside
people.
where you could park it in the sun and it
Yeah.
dry out, but it's not quite. It's not that hot
You don't want her
outside.
driving home with a wet butt.
Yeah. No.
Just
Never
like,
good.
okay. Any relation to Carson here? I'm wondering. Drew Black.
Yeah.
Carson should legally change his name to Full Send. Like, if we're talking about just first and last name, Drew Black, because his name's Carson Black, which I believe he's probably related to you in some way, shape, or
Just feels
form.
like maybe.
I think
Yeah.
we know his dad.
What's that?
We know Carson's
We know
dad.
that's not Carson's dad. That is your dad? Drew is your dad? That's your daddy? He's watching?
That wasn't his name
Maybe don't
last
say
time.
it like that.
That's so nice. Dude,
You
my
know
parents,
what?
my
Cool,
parents
though.
don't watch any freaking thing I'm on, dude. I'm in like a billion videos. And I go, Mom, have you seen my video? And she goes, no, son, you're just in so many.
No, thank God I managed to avoid all of them.
That's too funny.
Literally was telling us like, "Oh, my mom loves my videos."
Yeah, she does sometimes. She thinks she compliments like everybody. Like she goes, "Who's that guy who like did the 4th of July? He's so funny." I'm like, "Oh, that's Aaron." And she goes, "Who's that guy? Was the Willy Wonka?" I'm like, "Aaron again." And she's like, "Who is that guy in the Ghostbusters video? Like Aaron? He went missing. Oh wow, he's so funny." What about me, Mom?
Yeah.
Am I funny?
Maybe she's operating off the principle that as her son, you already know she loves you, so she doesn't need to add anything to it.
Yeah.
You just know.
Yeah.
That's so
But that
funny.
might be wishful thinking.
I think our families just get tired of us. Like the other day, Delaney said, "Dad, did you watch Tristan on the Q&A last week? Like that was his first time he's ever been at the rag company. Did you watch him and your car was on it?" And he goes, "Oh no." I'm like, I would have thought he would have been like watching every move that I touched his car because I don't get to
Apparently
wash
not.
his car. And so, but yeah, and Tristan was here and he was like, "Oh no."
When Mike washes his car, he does it, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't do it.
But is it like a therapeutic process for him? Like, does he enjoy it as much as you enjoy washing your car?
Yeah, he totally enjoys it, and he does a great job. But if I had him wash anybody else's car, he would be terrible. Like he likes
Really?
his own stuff,
Gotcha.
Where like for me, I love detailing because I love taking care of other people's stuff. Mike, not so much.
Does he have any rules?
Really likes his own
does
stuff.
he want you out there when he's washing his car?
No.
He
No.
wants his own time.
Because I judge it. Yeah, no, he goes out in the garage by himself and does his thing, and he's terrible at windows, but he does a great job on the rest of his car. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he just likes his car. He doesn't like
yeah.
other people's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So he would never
Yeah.
look at a career in auto detailing.
Oh no. Yeah, and people always go, "Does he come out and help you?" And I'm like, no. But truth be told, when I very first opened my business, I did not know how to use a polisher. And so Mike would have to come home every day from work and he would use Chemical Guys Butter Wet Wax and like one of those Ryobi burn, things.
Oh, yeah.
And he would like smother some butter wet wax on everyone's car for the
yeah.
outside.
It smells like banana. It smells like bananas.
Yeah, every day when he got home for like 3 months. So he did take one for the team back then when I didn't know what to do. So
he didn't get the nickname Sweet Mike for no reason,
Right,
right?
yeah,
That butter
yeah,
wet wax smelled pretty sweet, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's how it all worked.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good stuff.
It was. I like that
Yeah,
stuff.
it
It's
was
just
good.
fun to use.
Yeah.
I got
Shine Solutions
here.
says, "What's up, everyone? What's going on?"
Followed by Lucas.
Lucas says, "Good afternoon, TRC. Evening here in Slovakia. Hopefully,
awesome.
you're all well."
No, we're doing well here. Happy to know things are going well in Slovakia too.
Yeah. Same.
Followed by Joseph Fuller.
Joseph Fuller says, "Hello, thank you, Dave and Anthony." Oh, sorry, this is Dave
No,
and Anthony
somebody
from
give me
last
a card,
week in
no
the
way.
guidance for diluting penis products. Started with my car last week and it looks great. My wife and daughters are now lined up."
Nice.
Joseph, have at it, man.
That's
great.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the process.
Love it.
And we got
RJ.
RJ.
Best drying towel you have. Been using Dryer Wolf for a while and still leaves a little bit of lint behind when drying. I've washed them in rag stretches multiple times. So what do you like to use?
I just like the Liquidator. I do really like the new M22. That one's great. I also love the Slim Dryer. The Slim Dryer I'm being a little bit stingy with, just because. But
What's that? Why?
I think I'm afraid to use it. Like I won't use it if I'm doing a wash clay seal.
Do you feel like
I have no reason to not, but I just am afraid.
Okay.
I'm afraid it's going to clog it up. But Usually I'm just a liquidator.
But
That's like a good
a
old
little
trusty.
rags to riches,
Yeah.
strategically applied. You don't
Yeah.
have anything to worry
So
about.
RJ,
Yeah.
again, due to the style of weave of that dryer wolf, I
Yeah.
mean, here's the trade-off, right? You're getting softness, you're
Yeah.
getting plushness. The trade-off there would be possibly a little bit of linting, and that's really kind of the style of that towel. I mean, we try to go through a multiple tumble process in manufacturing to try to reduce linting as much as possible. With that said, fibers can still get brittle, can still break off. Rags to riches is definitely in the right direction, but I would say if it was me, I'd be using the dryer wolf with some type of drying aid to reduce friction. So something like a paint gloss would be great from P&S. So that way it didn't clog up the towel, but provided more lubrication than just drying it with the water alone.
Yeah, and if you're really looking, like if you really like the softness of the dryer wolf, like maybe try the Gauntlet. You know, it's a really
Sure.
soft drying towel. You know, if you want something really soft like that, the Gauntlet's great as well.
Yeah, now that the pluffle is gone, that's kind
Yeah.
of the place people have gravitated to. Because
Yeah.
for the people, even though our twist loop towels are really safe on all paints nowadays, there's still people who just, based on the feeling alone,
Yeah.
they go, I'd rather have these,
Yeah. Yeah.
circular knit weave towels instead of a twist loop.
Right,
And
and
I
I've-
understand it. It's tactile.
Yeah, and I've never seen lint from a Gauntlet.
No.
So I would try that maybe.
Yeah. All right, next up I got Kevin Miser.
Have any TRC employees entered OG's Lotus giveaway? I'd love to see it on here and watch it Q&A.
I have not entered it, but boy, do I want to.
I
Because
figured you were going to say that you did.
That car is pretty much the next step after my Miata
Carson.
in terms
Yeah.
of the white on black and its manual.
Carson's a sucker. You can sell him on anything. So talk to me, Carson. What sold you on the Amira giveaway? What items did you see that you liked?
I just bought the virtual entries. I gave him $10.
He just went straight to
Oh,
it.
okay, $10.
Yeah, just
All
$10.
right.
Note to
Anything
self,
else?
order more than $10.
But I feel like, Dane, with your track record in like winning giveaways and stuff, I feel like you should enter this one.
Well, that's the thing.
I mean,
I
you've
haven't
won a
won a lot of
truck.
giveaways, but I won one
But-
that was like the most incredible
Well, no, you won
win.
another one. Didn't you win like something with Supreme clothing? Like you won a clothing one. You had a whole bunch of shorts and shirts and stuff.
I mean, that was me buying those things in order to enter a giveaway
Yeah,
for the
but
truck.
isn't that what this is? But you
I mean, this is kind of that.
was that the
so-
same giveaway that you
The
won
one
all those
where I bought
clothes?
the shorts and the shirts was so I could try and win.
I thought you
And
won all the
because it was
shorts and shirts.
local
You
and it
bought
ended
all
up-
those and then you
Yeah,
won the
they-
truck.
they
Oh
won
my
the
There
truck.
weren't a
gosh.
lot of
Okay,
people who ended up
crazy.
entering because it was like a local guy trying to start doing a giveaway thing.
Oh,
And
too
so
funny.
the odds were in everybody who entered's favor because there just weren't that
Okay.
many people entered. It was like
Okay.
less than 1,000 people at the end.
Well, you should still enter.
so
I think so. There's
really love the Amira just as a car. I think it's super cool.
I'll back something up there in his out of all of his giveaway items there, he does have those scent bags, right? That he had
Ooh.
those curated scent bags
I'm
for your
into that.
car. They are all wonderful.
And we
Giving you
got a
giving
good
you the
whiff of
Anthony
those.
stamp of approval. Those are all amazing smelling. I really
he
liked
sampled
them.
them for us when we were in the garage down in Florida
He did.
earlier this year. So
Yeah,
I know what those
we
smell
did
like.
sample the wares.
Nice.
We enjoyed them.
What, you
Nice.
think we went somewhere with Anthony and we didn't smell stuff?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
joking?
at
Tim
that
Hill, ADA. I know that's you. Where's the Civic vlog that we all love?
Who?
Ooh. You gonna,
Who's he referring to?
could be anyone.
Crazy Tim Hill, you're a crazy guy. You're a crazy guy, Tim Hill. What's going on with this
know.
screen here in the
Super chat.
background?
Yeah.
Oh,
yay.
wow. I'm clapping. Clapping.
ProShine, Dane, get out of here, you
I
freak.
gotta clap on screen so they know.
Friendly reminder to hit the like button. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, ProShine. We're hanging out. We're having fun. We're doing the dang thing.
We
Yeah.
are. And we're having a good time doing it. All right. Joey loves Yeti.
Aw.
I showed him pictures.
Yeah.
He just loves them.
Said he
So I
wanted to
appreciate
taste
that.
them. I don't know what that meant.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ryan Rigdon
Ryan.
says, "Congratulations, Dane. Great job adopting a senior dog."
Yeah, he's older. He's not old yet, but he's on his way there. But he's just a sweet, happy guy. So I
That's
want to give him a
awesome.
good life.
Does he like his new home?
He does actually. He
Good.
loves the yard.
That's so cool.
Definitely enjoy that. But he's just a big smiley guy. I brought him in yesterday.
did.
Anthony
That's
and them
awesome.
got to see him, and Anthony's like, "That's a good-looking dog."
Yeah.
It's a good. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
it's aesthetically pleasing. I was satisfied about that. His paw size is fantastic.
Massive paws.
And I think that he has a presence. Like when the dog enters the room, there is
He's
a
like that
presence
tall.
there. Yeah.
Does he talk?
What's that?
Does he talk?
I've only got him to make a sound once.
Okay.
And that was when an ambulance drove by. He
Okay.
went, ooh,
Yeah.
to try and match it when it was going by.
Yeah.
That's the only time on a walk.
Miko,
I've heard
my
him do
husky, would
anything.
talk, and it was like so
He's like
great.
silent
Yeah.
otherwise. So
That's funny.
Troy back there keeps making jokes that he's truly a Malamute.
How funny. Well, you should try talking to him like that and see if
Maybe
he'll
I
talk
should.
back.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't baby talked him too much yet. Try not to be that guy, but who am I kidding? Hello, my friends.
Hello,
This is Joey.
Mitchell Donut
Yeah.
says, I love the PNS Fat Joe collab product swag bag. I have a pet raccoon. No way.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as I saw that on the site, I had to grab it. Mitchell, you have a pet raccoon?
I would love a pet
That's
raccoon.
amazing.
Like, if I had like bucket lists for the rest of my life, it would be to own
Like,
a
I
raccoon.
think they're really cute.
Yeah.
I think they say that raccoons can be pets, and it's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What are the downsides? Is that I understand that it's still technically a
rabies,
wild
but
animal.
you know you
Yeah,
get
I mean, they
vaccinations
Some
could be-
for that.
slight rabies,
so-
Dane. What's the worst that can
Yeah,
happen?
they
But
could
they
be
have
disease
they have
carriers.
hands that are really
Yeah.
cute.
if your
they can
home
open
animals
things.
got out with them, they could kill them.
The raccoon could
Yeah.
kill a whole dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
They're-
I had a
they're
raccoon
scrappy
kill my
little
rabbits.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, look out for them in
Really?
large numbers.
Yeah. I mean, if they
a
got if
roving
you
gang of
forgot like
raccoons.
dinner.
But like,
and,
how fun
you
would
know,
it be to have a raccoon named Rocket?
Oh man,
That'd
so
be
fun.
He
Dane-
talks with like a heavy accent.
Yeah,
That's
and like,
fun.
and you give him a jacket to wear.
yeah,
gosh.
give him a cool little
Yeah.
bomber jacket.
I would love to have a raccoon. They're so cute.
I'm not getting another pet. What dog is enough? I'm
Dane,
happy
we will
with that.
find you a stray raccoon to
Oh,
adopt.
I
no,
feel like you
Tamara
have,
here.
but I feel like you have the right house for it.
Yeah,
maybe
it's-
more so than
you're
those of
not
us
wrong.
that
I
live
mean,
in
I
the
got
city.
room
Yeah.
for him to play.
I would
Yeah.
be much more impressed seeing that you had a pet raccoon than a ferret, personally.
I would
Oh,
never
yeah.
get a ferret purely because of the smell.
Ferrets
honestly.
are scary,
That's
and
just
raccoons
an
live
immediate
outside.
no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, raccoon could hang out inside,
Yeah.
outside would be
Right.
fine, but ferrets.
Yeah.
Tamara
I
Chase
can't.
says, "Congrats on your new canine family
Aw.
member. I'm glad you got another dog."
Thanks, appreciate that, Tamara. Yeah, it took a while. I really wasn't sure if I was going to go through with it, but I just met him that one day and I couldn't say no.
Joey Belinsky says, "I think Alex and I have raced that Jeep before."
Well, that
Hmm,
actually
what?
concerns me because were they in my Mini Cooper?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Four
Yeah.
times?
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
four
that's right. They were in a
guys.
fully
Yes, they
laden
did. They
Mini Cooper,
did.
so
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
bet. Yeah, I don't think
true.
anybody's ever been in that back
Yeah,
seat
Sid,
before.
yeah, Sid had to get new tires after that.
oh, Joey following up to you.
Glack and Floam. Floam was superior. Floam was the
Floam was
little
pretty
like
cool.
the little like pebble like foam that
It's almost
made like
Oh, yeah.
tapioca-y.
that made like the crackling sounds, right?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
styrofoam, but
yeah,
it was
styrofoam bubbles. They all stuck together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, those were fun as well. That dried out super fast.
Yeah, if you
It
left
was
the top
different
off.
though.
Yeah.
Gak was more slimy.
Yeah.
But do you
like, more
remember the
mucusy.
plastic case it came in? It was like a
Yeah.
it was shaped like the
Yeah.
Gak, but then you had to like
Yeah.
pull it out, the little
No,
lid on top.
I
Yeah.
used to get them. I had like a blue one, a green one, and a red one, I think.
Telling you, Joey, get the floof, man. You'll love that
Yeah.
floof stuff. It's fun. It's a great sensory exercise.
Joey
Yeah.
also says, "My wife is from Pennsylvania. Wait until you meet that character."
Joey, you didn't even need to say it. We already knew.
Have you guys met Joey's wife? She's fantastic.
she seems like she'd be
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh,
She's a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, she's so fun, and she's half his size, which even makes it more fun.
Yeah.
To be fair, everyone is half his size.
Yeah,
That's not true,
She's very
Dane.
small.
I'm
She's
only
so great.
slightly shorter than him.
You're only
Yeah.
2/3 his size.
she is
Dane,
absolutely
that's
hilarious.
not true. He's got a couple inches on me, like 5, 6 inches on me.
Yeah, sure. Minimize it. All right,
Ryan
Ryan.
Rigdon says, Dane, I've noticed my receipts has said Cage Enterprise LLC for about a year now. Did you sell or reorganize?
No,
Negative.
we did not. Cage Enterprises has actually been a thing since the very beginning, and here's how I can tell you. It's really easy to understand. The CA stands for my mom, Carolyn. The JE stands for my dad, Jeff. Cage. Compressed.
That's Jeff
so
and Carolyn.
basically,
That's just
Cage Enterprises, we do business as the Red Company.
Yeah,
perfect.
So
correct.
don't worry, no funny business there. We've been that since day one.
Yep.
All right, but we have been working on some new systems and stuff so that people may be seeing like different stuff on the receipts and things. So I got to understand that. But it's a good question. I just want to make sure we clear that up because there are a lot of companies out there doing things that look a little different.
What
so
are you trying
maybe
to say,
people
Dane?
Are,
Just say what you
nothing,
mean.
Just
say what you mean. Get it off your
No,
mind.
I think Ryan's asking a good question, and that's why I want to make sure he understands that we're legit and
Yes,
on
yeah.
the ball.
We
Okay.
are Cage Enterprise. Like this is what this
Yeah,
is.
that's
Yeah.
been us since the beginning.
Steve Pearson says Matt Mormon was from PA. I'm
Nice.
telling you, man. Characters.
Yeah.
Yep. Archie Nerds.
There we go. Archie Nerd says, is upgrading from an IK Multi Pro 12 to an IK PPF sprayer worth it for instance washing, or should I save my money for getting a compressor? Sid, what do you think?
You know, I have a PPF sprayer and I freaking love it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I realize that the rag company sells the IKs and all of that, but I'm not going to lie, the PPF sprayer is awesome. I do love it.
Very cool.
I do love it.
Okay, next up here, we've got Dane. Carl F. says, good afternoon, TRC team. I had a job last week with hard paint and found that I didn't quite have the best compound/pad combos. What would be some good options for medium to heavy compounds and pads? Well, you have quite a few different options. And you know what? And here's the deal. You're going to get one answer from me. You're going to get another answer from Sydney. Sydney's been very active in basically creating some new stuff with PNS. I have some stuff that's tried and true. Sydney, what have you guys been working on that's been good?
Well, so I wish this question was like in 2 weeks because intervention is made and it is, we're trying to get ahead of the game, make sure everybody has it before we release it. But the good news is it is made. So obviously intervention's coming out, which is amazing. Rehab has been out for about 1.5 years now and it is killer. I used it yesterday on hard paint with a wool pad and then went back over with therapy because I left my intervention here, oddly enough. So I didn't have intervention yesterday when I was working, but so rehab and intervention are both going to be great. And then if you're trying to do a one step on hard paint, I love the Buff and Shine Maroon or the Oreo pad, which is the, what is that called? The Eurofiber. Love it. So hard paint, you're going to end up maroon or Eurofiber, and then there's a lot of good compounds out there, but obviously I'm a big fan of the ones I've been working with Dave on, but intervention will be here in about 2 weeks.
Okay, nice, very cool.
Okay.
Great news. All right, and then me, I'm just a huge fan of Last Cut, man. Last Cut's one of my favorites, always been one of my favorites. I really do also like the Rupes pads as well. I also like the Buff and Shine Maroon pad, but, you know, find what you like.
I'm not sure what Gabe's doing over my shoulder
He's
here.
trying to
Anyway,
he's trying to make us giggle.
Gary Wall here saying hello.
It doesn't work on me. Gary Wall says hello all. Gary Wall says hello all. That's hilarious.
There's a nice little rhythm to that.
We got Tony says, this is nice. I'm learning how I can still wash my doorless, roofless Jeep.
I mean, it's pretty helpful, I would think.
He did have one, and he sent me a picture yesterday.
He's in the possession of a Jeep.
Yeah, and did he tell you guys how he was waiting to get this Jeep so he could put 4 Brazilian ladies in it and take a picture with the doors off of the roof? So he sent it to me. I'll show it to you.
Did he get the Brazilian shots?
Yeah, he did. He sent it to me yesterday.
He found 4 Brazilian women?
Yes.
Oh,
he did. He sent me I have the picture
Tony,
on my phone.
What?
My friend.
Here I thought he had that Maverick Lobo, and that was his
You've had
vehicle.
4 Brazilian women, you put them all in your Jeep. You are having the time of your life, my
He
friend.
does still have the Maverick Lobo.
Yeah.
That's like his, like the business side of Tony, right?
And then he's got the Brazilian Cruiser.
Yeah, but like it's bright yellow.
Yeah.
It's a long story, but he's living it up.
All right.
Living it up, our friend
and
Tony.
they just stay in the Jeep for him the whole time? I mean, if he parks
Yeah,
it, they
he took him
just...
to the beach.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay,
Tony.
Tony.
What else did he do with them?
Zing.
I don't know.
On that note, we are checking out what Pro Shine Solutions has to say with finally picked up KCX version 2 pads. Stoked to try them out when they come in.
Nice.
And Joey, GTL cabs are here.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And then Gary Wall saying started using Beadmaker and loving it.
Nice,
Awesome.
Gary.
Then Grant F finally gets the yurt out, but what else does he say?
What's your thoughts on adding Carpet Bomber 1 ounce-ish to your car soap when washing for some extra kick?
I never thought of doing that.
Thought of doing that, Graham.
You know, honestly, I would probably not do that. I would just stick with like doing a pre-spray if that's what you want to do. There's lots of good options for pre-spray. We talked about EnviroClean earlier. That could be one. But if you're really wanting like the extra kick, I would just do a pre-spray.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, and then I got Dan here, Alkaline Toe Pat, saying, "Hey y'all."
Yeah. How do y'all? How do the Buff and Shine blueberry pads compare to the Rupes yellow foam and blue foam?
So they're going to be a little bit more aggressive than the yellow foam and probably right on par with the blue foam.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way to look at it. Then Grand F saying thumbs up for a dirty vehicle wash, which
Yeah.
I'm also going to say, please hit that thumbs up button on the stream right now. Helps us out so we can do more of these and more people see them so we can help more people with new questions popping in on the regular. It's that. There we go. All right, it's in front of his face. Got it. Moving along, we've got forced induction drive. What is a good alternative to forced? Hasn't been in stock for a while. I'm looking for a pre-wash. Who's got a recommendation?
So you can go with something like EnviroClean, or my favorite personally is Crystal Wash. I know it's a totally different than forced. It's not really like a citrus-based cleaner. And then what's the one from Optimum? That's a pretty good pre-spray
The
too.
decon?
Sorry, I was looking
Is
at the
Tony
photo.
sending you the pictures?
Yeah, he sent me the picture of the Brazilian women in
Wait,
his Jeep.
I can tell
no.
by the look on your face that you just saw the picture.
I'm just so proud of him. It's like seeing
Our little
a.
Tony, he's growing
It's
up
like seeing
so
him growing
fast.
up and
Yeah.
living his best life. This is the
Yeah.
life that men dream of, and
Yep.
and he's just out cruising.
Yeah.
Top down.
Yeah. Did you see
doing
the
it.
color of the Jeep?
I did. Yeah.
You can't
Very
miss
You're not
bright.
going to miss it.
Yeah.
Very bright. Ideally, I like for him to start speaking Portuguese.
I did find out when I was at the airport with him a few weeks ago that he speaks French.
Whoa.
He does.
Yeah.
Wow, he
He
played
does?
that one
Yeah,
close
and then
to
you
the
know what
vest.
else he
know
did
that.
with the Jeep? He went and he did like now I'm gonna forget what they're called them, but like Mountain Angel or something. He went and picked up like hikers along
Oh, that's
the
fun.
trail in California,
Yeah.
and he like gives them rides for free.
Oh.
Is that how you found the
and-
Brazilian women?
No, that was a different. He got
They
that
were-
in a different
they were
way.
just on a hike,
but
right?
What way?
I don't know if we can talk about it on this show.
Moving on.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, we already
no.
told his dirty laundry.
Yeah. No, he's
Okay,
having
so
fun.
are we helping him with the pre-wash?
Yes. So I like Crystal Wash. I was asking you, what's the one from Optimum called?
Power Clean.
Power Clean.
Or is that what you're talking about? Power Clean, just the all-purpose cleaner? Yeah.
That's a good one. I would just dilute it pretty heavily. But Power Clean, EnviroClean, Crystal Wash, and then also maybe just stay tuned. I don't know.
You also pick
Okay.
up Clean by Armor Detail
Oh my
Supply.
gosh.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Clean
That's
by
a
Armor
good
Detail
one.
It's
Supply.
too new, I
Brand
forgot.
freaking new.
Call
Yeah.
with a good question,
Yes.
which Anthony kind of answered earlier, but go ahead, reiterate.
When are you going to start distributing the built hammer from Matt? Oh, man. Just hang out for a while. You're along for a ride. So just...
A little more enthusiasm, please.
No, I mean, okay. I mean, like we're all along for a ride, but I mean, it's going. Things are in motion, is what I'll say. We're working on it. We're getting somewhere. It's just not going as fast as we would have.
I'm sure
thought
Tony
it
said
was
the
gonna
same
go.
thing when he rolled up in the Jeep. All right, next up, we got Detail Grind Podcast. What are they saying?
I bet your mom would watch you on that Detail Grind, Anthony. Just saying. Ideally, those guys haven't sent me a formal invite to be on their
you
They
been
show.
on their
desperately want you on there.
They've
I'm probably
never
blowing
been
up
on?
their
They never
spot by
invited me.
saying
Oh
that.
my
but
gosh, I
come
think I've been on twice.
I've never got a formal invite or anything.
Really?
Are you expecting a letter of declaration mailed to you?
The popular thing to do in the detail industry nowadays is to send letters, and so
I did see that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
receive a little mail with a
Like
special.
love letters. Yeah, but
Yes.
we're back to like the love letter days.
Well,
I thought
make
that-
enough angry TikToks. I'm
Yeah.
sure somebody will reach out to
I
you.
thought
Even
that's
with
what
the
we were
PS
doing.
involved,
But
yeah.
if they book a time with me Monday from 9 to 5, then
That
when
might
I'm
be
not
the issue.
into
Yeah.
dad hours after work, then there's many things that are possible.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, why don't I try Alkaline Toe Pad here? What's he saying?
I have a friend who loves to go through brush car washes multiple times a week with his 2023 Ram. How do I explain or quantify the damage he's doing to his paint? If he doesn't care, then it's not even worth.
It's not worth your
not even
time.
worth fighting that fight.
Well,
If
and if
he
he's already
cares-
gone, and if he's already gone through them, like,
If he cares,
damage
that's
is
one
done.
thing. If he's like, hey man, I really want to be better about this, cool. That's your open door. If you are just gonna go mansplain to him that, hey, you're hurting your car, honestly, you're just gonna come across as a weirdo. I know because I do it every single day.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Dan here, so knowing Dan well, he's going to fixate a bit on this stuff. So my advice on this front, as someone who's treating it like a normie would look at this, I think if somebody tried to hit me with did you know that when these things happen to your car, this is what happens on a microscopic level, I might appreciate the information if it doesn't feel like the person is trying to make me do something also.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm allowed to make my own decisions after that rather than feeling forced.
Yeah.
So if you want to inform him, but not make it like you have to do this, he'll probably be more open to it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is maybe, starting out the conversation, like, I know you love your car washes, but, because I do this with my customers and I say, I think you should switch to using this one or this one. And then here's why. And I explain how the different ones work. But I think you have to just let them use the car wash. You just got to try to figure out how you can help him minimize the damage.
Yeah, you're not gonna win every battle,
right? And I mean, obviously, if they actually have brushes, it needs to go. If they're the little chamois worms, those are probably fine.
Yeah, I just go through a touchless. I know the chemicals are stronger, but I'll go through a touchless.
All right. So
Steve.
on that note, seems we've reached the halftime mark here on Q&A Thursday. But have no fear, we're going to be back with more of this amazing Q&A and detailing goodness for the second half. Things might get a little bit weirder. Right, it already got kind of weird. We might take it to the next level. We'll see how we're feeling. But regardless, use this time to head to theradcompany.com right now, do some shopping, and then stay here because we're going to have some brief messages from us and our friends in the industry, and we'll be back momentarily.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rag Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
We'll take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rag Company here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rag Company, including savings like Detail Factory, IK sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
It's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company business program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
All right, and welcome to the second half of Q&A Thursday. Today's been a very exciting episode where we've covered quite a few different topics, including Jeeps, Brazilian women, cleaning, detailing, raccoons wearing jackets, right? Dogs, as well as 4th of July sales, which, speaking of which,
there we are.
Right now, at theradcompany.com,
Good save.
You can head there and check out the amazing sale we're having, which is going to be 25% off premium microfiber products, as well as 10% off all chemicals. And with any purchases over $75, you are going to get a free red, white, and blue Cyclone wash mitt, a very limited edition wash mitt that many of you are going to love. Now, one of my favorite things here in this mix is also going to be the limited edition melted Bomb Pop sticker. This thing is freaking sweet and looks so good. So Nick's going to pull up a quick shot of that to give you guys an example. He's just showing off our premium microfiber wares, right? But if we scroll down here just a little bit, you're going to see how cool this sticker looks. You have 11 days to save. Free gifts while supplies last with the Cyclone wash mitt. And then there we go. Look at that awesome freaking sticker. This sticker is going to look good on a fridge. It's going to look good on your kids. It's going to look good on all sorts of different things.
Your car, your cooler,
your
flask.
cooler. Yeah, you can keep it going, right? So a fantastic sticker. So happening right now, ragcompany.com. Pick up all of the microfiber that you are craving. Pick up some chemicals along the way. And obviously, have a safe and happy 4th of July, right? Hopefully get some washing done around there. There is some extra noise happening back there. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're crazy. So what ended up happening was, off camera, there was talk about the boys going crazy and foaming the dash of a Jeep.
Because they knew it would upset people.
And we said, hey, this might not be a good idea. Glenn may not like that. And Glenn walked out and said, hey, I like that. And we were all shocked. So, Jimmy, what's the plan? When are you guys doing this?
Why is Gabe taking his socks and shoes off?
Whoa. Oh, no. Gabe's taking his shoes off.
Yeah.
What is going on, guys? You're ruining my masterpiece.
This is getting weird. Okay, so I'm going to throw up
Why are you
a
barefoot?
comment.
No, don't worry about it.
Why are you?
Bro, don't worry about it. You ready?
Wow.
Okay. Anyways, I think they're filming a separate video. That's all right. So it's involving feet and foam. Now, what is
Oh, no.
Wow.
not good.
No. I want it. How are they going to rinse it?
I'm disgusted with these guys. I mean, what they're doing nowadays is just crazy. So, anyways, jumping back into this, we are ready to answer more of your questions. Starting with Steve Pearson here, says, do any of the new IK alkali sprayers, foamers, have a 360-degree straw or a weighted ball? That is a good question. I do not know.
I don't either.
Actually, don't know the answer to that. I wish I did.
Better crack one open and find out at some point
Yeah,
here. We'll
we
get
are
to
not
that.
currently selling the alkaline sprayers right now.
Yeah, in the case of the Alka, I'm going to
yeah.
say probably not, but something to check up on. Then I've got Joey.
I would love to chill in the garage with Mike Gwynn and wash our cars in silence.
He would love that. He would
Just
love that.
don't say
Yeah.
anything.
Just complete silence.
Yep, just complete silence.
Well, from the distance, it would just be grunting. You just hear a lot of like grunting and just.
yeah. Yeah.
Just the old man grunts like getting up out of a chair, sitting back down in a chair.
just
The kind
guys.
of
sounds.
Yeah. 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 Mike doesn't say a lot.
No.
We call it the Gwyn grumble.
What's funny is I actually had a great conversation with him when we were at the restaurant the other day.
Oh, if
and
you
stuff.
talk
So,
about
yeah.
something that he likes to talk about, like football, cars,
Yeah,
then
we talked about
he
cars,
never stops
so
talking. But
we
yeah.
nerded out over that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Then I got Ron here.
Yes.
Malamutes are shedding machines.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, I'm really impressed with what a chill guy he is. He's just not. Huskies are known for being like absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So Malamute,
They are
you get
calmer.
the aesthetic of
Yeah.
a husky, maybe a little chubbier though,
Yeah.
and they don't destroy your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all in all, I consider the Malamute a win.
Yeah. The Huskies have emotional disorders.
Little
that are
bit.
tough to deal with.
Poor things. Well,
These
Crone
guys,
here.
I'm not
What's
sure
he
what
saying?
they're doing here. They're wrecking the place.
Are you? Wait. Are
What
you
is
cleaning his
happening?
feet?
The doggies went swimming over here.
He has GSF in between his toes.
They have absolutely derailed
Do you have
this
gloves
kid,
on your
man.
toes?
Don't wipe his feet with that towel.
Wipe my feet.
No.
It's a Jeep thing.
Okay, so Crone asks, when will TRC get natural
Gone off the
finish?
rails. I don't know, but I know we're all advocating for it. Anthony?
Know what's happening
Last
anymore.
episode, they said you were the keeper of this situation.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not the keeper. It's just, yeah. It's on the list. We're just. I think honestly, it's just a matter of ordering it and categorizing it. Do we have any of the other professional line products on the website?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't
Yeah,
roll through
bug
those.
off, rehab, crystal wash. Yeah. Yep.
Easy. Glenn Shore says, wow,
That's really loud.
that's really loud. I often rinsed out my interior. I'm a little particular about suds on the inside because when it rains, it reactivates. I've got to be careful with the products like Express too. I typically only use O&R. Gotcha,
Okay.
Glenn.
Well, now they're using GSF in the foam cannon, so that's going to be fun when that reactivates.
It'll smell good.
Yeah.
Jose says, OG shirt on. Where is the OG style rant in a monotone voice?
So
He did do it
this
during the
is
break.
full send. Full send is great. I love full send.
That
That was the rant.
wasn't it. You didn't even
was
talk about an
really invested.
existential crisis.
Now watch, he's going to use half this bottle.
Anyway, they're doing things over there. Let's continue. Ronnie Yacht, we're trying to have a serious show over here, okay?
Alkaline Trio, yeah, so sorry, it's going really good. Alkaline Trio says, take a scan grip light and show him your paint versus his. Ron, that's a good example.
Yeah, I mean, actions speak louder than words.
might work.
Yeah.
RJ, thanks for the knowledge about the dryer towels. I'll try the drying aid and also Liquidator, Gauntlet, or M22. Either one, really. Yeah, either of those are great. Love the turquoise blue. Any chance of a Gauntlet in that color?
I just want to know, is there any chance of any towel being in turquoise blue?
I mean, I can go in these drawers back here and pull out some examples.
Let me be specific. I would like a 365 in turquoise blue. Please.
I mean, this is pretty dang close, I would think.
No, that's blue. That's literally
It's
blue.
ultra blue.
It's
that's ultra-
teal-ish blue. It's very light.
Ultra blue.
It's not teal.
All right.
That's not teal gang teal.
Okay. Let me try.
Moving on, Dane, enough. Next question, please.
It looked a little more green. See that? A little more. No? Okay,
just the
not
same
winning.
towel.
I see.
Blue.
Anyway, Neil
That's
White.
blue.
Don't laugh at Carson. There was a winner a while back that won from buying a t-shirt. That's true.
That's true.
Not wrong. Okay. Then Jose also follows up.
I did the same thing for the Emira giveaway. $10 digital entry. Nice, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Ayo says, Alkaline Trio, I have a pic on my laptop of a car wash damage. A piece of metal got caught in the overhead brush and scratched the crap out of the paint. Ooh,
That's awful.
Wow.
Yeesh.
Yikes.
Steve.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. I have a client who lives in Bikini Bottom, and the humidity tends to be very high. If Crystal Wash doesn't crystallize, does it affect its effectiveness at all? You can totally still use it. It obviously is best if it can fully crystallize, but you can totally still use it. It still works. I mean, I use it on wheels, and it doesn't ever crystallize, and it works great. So
The answer is something
Yeah.
like, no.
yeah.
Okay.
I would
Greg.
use it.
Greg Munda. Hello. In Sydney's video, Wash Clay Seal, in an hour she timed the process. That total time did not include 30 to 90 minutes that you let Beadmaker set up and then apply Defender product? Thank you.
Yes, correct. And we actually did address that. So the wash clay seal in an hour was just to get through the bead maker. And then we kind of threw that tip in as like an afterthought. So obviously.
It's not required.
Yeah, no. And so obviously if you were doing that, you would need to wait, a good 30 minutes. But no, I think we actually said that this was just an additional tip on top of the 60 minutes.
It's bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, then I got Joey.
Which of the scent bags aligns with a German hot hatch?
Oh.
Ooh.
Anthony, I feel like you can speak to this.
I think you need to go with that E92 scent would probably be quite nice, or the dialed in scent for sure. Mm-hmm. Joey, if it was me.
That would work. And then Ron saying Stroopwafel scent, which, I mean, I love the smell of Stroopwafels. So.
Yes, that's the official scent of Hans Klosen, the
yeah.
man with the dragon tattoo. Hitch says, "Good afternoon, TRC. Interested if you have any specific product recommendations for detailing semi-trucks and farm equipment, like large tractors and combines. Thanks."
We know a few
Yeah.
guys who do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, gosh. I
You got
mean,
Spencer
Spencer
or you got
Mation, probably the
Chemex, those guys, stuff like that.
Do we have that episode about the tractor detailing?
Yeah, no, that's on the podcast channel, but it's a great
So
interview
Hitch,
with
if you go to the
Spencer.
Rag Company podcast channel, we have a whole episode dedicated towards tractor detailing with Spencer Mation. It's actually really good. It's really interesting. We learned a lot from the whole process, and I recommend checking it out. It's a good one.
Definitely. Yeah, go check that out. And I was just imagining Hans Kolonsen could be his name for the scent of his, his scent.
Nice. Oh, the stroopwafel scent could be, yeah. I like it.
Joey, but see, Anthony knows. I'm just
Oh my
always
gosh.
working on my wordplay. But
so excited.
I have a fat package out for delivery. You really got to be
Nice.
careful how you say that, Joey.
I like it.
Just highly questionable.
I got what you ordered. Exodus SFX says camera feed glitching out for anyone else yet? Can I did
Yeah,
that
it
a
was
couple
for
times.
us too, yeah.
Yeah, we thought it was just the monitor
I thought
feed,
it was
though. We
the
didn't know if
monitor,
that
yep.
was actually going out to you guys. All right, then AT4 Alpha Tango.
If I were a new, my first 3 towel purchases would be the FTW, Creature Edgeless, and Liquidators. I wish I had known sooner. Perfect time to pick them up. 25% off doesn't happen often.
No, it's a
Amen.
big deal.
That's pretty much all I use those for. That's pretty much it.
Then I got
And the Rip and Rags.
Tamara here would rather have a pet skunk.
Oh.
That seems like a ticking time bomb, does it not?
Yeah.
Although, okay,
I feel like eventually the skunk's going to turn on you.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. I can only see if like a pet skunk could be like a grow operation or something. You know what I mean? Jamie Ford says,
no, I run a skunk farm, guys. Don't look too close.
I'm a skunk breeder. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I knew that would get silly. Jamie Ford says, good afternoon, Sydney and TRC team. Beadmaker was my favorite PNS product until release. It has been a game changer on our pet hair removal details, and personally with 4 cats and a German Shepherd.
I love that. I do feel like Release is one of those products that you really don't get until you use it yourself. Yeah. There's been a lot of, chitter chatter online about it and people saying, oh, they shouldn't have come out with it, this, that, you could use this, you could use that. But Release, when you have a product that is specifically formulated for that job, it is honestly amazing. It is so great. And I everybody who's used it loves it. So I love it. It's one of my favorites.
And I see those comments where people get hung up and they say like, why create a product for like such a specific small problem? It's like, well, you have the other products, you can do that. I'm not saying you have to use this. I'm just saying it's real convenient if you need something that's for that specific purpose.
And even, like I look at it, vacuuming a whole car, right? When you're doing a detail and you're a good 30, 40 minutes in vacuuming. And if you can cut 10, 15 minutes off that, and times that by every car, I mean, it pays for itself the first car you do. And it obviously lasts way longer than that. But I mean, it truly is an amazing product. And then just the deodorization properties of it, it's just fantastic. I love it.
Well, agreed. That's a winner.
Aaron Layton says, hey all, Sydney, how comparable is Wide Open to IRS?
So the IRS it's red soap. I love that PNS called it IRS. It freaks people out who would want to use it. And so the IRS it's just a little bit older technology. Wide Open is going to have a little bit more cleaning power, and it's also going to have a little bit of like a carnauba. It's Wide Open is a wash and wax, so it has a little bit of a wax component to it, where IRS does not. The IRS is going to do a good job, cleaning, but for me personally, I prefer Wide Open.
What about you, Anthony? What are you thinking?
I've never used It's Red Soap.
Pretty simple answer then, I guess.
No way to compare it.
Mm-hmm.
Alex says, I respected the Mini and didn't race any Jeeps. Jeez, Joseph.
Who won?
Blowing up a spot.
Matthew Phillips says, the Liquidator is easily my favorite towel. Have you ever considered making an 8x8 size like you do with the Eaglets for use on a quick detail spot towel? Yeah, that could be a thing. It'd be very small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is pretty little. I like is it the 16x16? I use that for just like little stuff, and I love it. I don't know that I'd want it to be smaller than that.
I mean, if you're going that small, you can get pretty close with a 12x12 gauntlet. I know it's not exactly the same, but it's like designed for wheels and stuff. Mm-hmm. You can get performance that you're looking for like that.
1624 is what I think you're referring to.
Well, I have one that's like, I feel like it's square. Like, I feel like it's pretty square and little.
The Liquidator?
Yeah. And I know that I have the purple one from the off-road line. That's like square.
Well, the Liquidator comes in multiple sizes.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a little. I have like I have a little one, and then the off-road one that's purple and gray is a square.
It is square. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
16x16. Steve Pearson says, Sydney, I'm stoked for intervention. Great to hear it's on the way.
Yes.
Yep.
It's on
the way.
Exodus says, Tony out here living the life.
Yep. And we're all gonna live it through
vicariously
his eyes.
through Tony and his Jeep.
Ron says, therapy intervention. I am sensing a theme here. Yes.
Yep.
Is it a cry for help?
That's why we called it the Paint Recovery Series.
Yeah.
No, it just seemed to match, right? Like, I mean, the paint's in really rough shape, so it needs an intervention. And then, rehab falls in the middle, and then maybe you need a little therapy after. It fit with the stages of paint correction.
Self-care is important.
Yes.
Okay.
Dan says, do Buff and Shine blueberry pads finish nicer than Rupes blue foam pads?
I think this is always going to be a personal preference. My personal preference is yes, they do. They are just a little, like, maybe not quite as coarse as Rupes blue. I think they're great. They're all great pads, but I prefer the Buff and Shine ones a little bit more.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Then I got Alex.
What's a good polish towel? I don't know if I want a high towel or a low towel. I would probably start with something like the Edges 365.
Yeah. Yep. I do a 365 or a creature. Like if you don't know if you want a high or a low, you can flip it to decide, which is kind of nice.
All right. Then I got Kevin, who spells it interestingly with an extra E.
Guys, happy Thursday. I've been thinking about introducing a friend to some new microfibers. Do you have a rag bundle with different microfiber options? We do. We do actually microfiber bundle kits available on our website. You can go there and check them out. You'll get a little bit of a mix of everything, which is cool.
And then I see Ronnie Yacht responding, Kevin, that's a great idea. To which I say, Ron, I think you need to look at our site too, apparently, because we do that.
Yeah, we do.
They might be new since you last looked, though, so that's fair.
They've been around for years, actually.
Oh, well, can't have that excuse.
Our bundles category was always kind of hard to find.
We've cleaned it up since.
Neil White says, Anthony, if you want them on soon, I'm about to get one here. Major blob of a storm with 40-mile-per-hour winds about to hit. Ooh.
Okay, stay safe out there, folks.
Yeah. Yep.
Then I've got
protect the cars.
Detail Grind Podcast. That's a crock because they're complaining about your excuses. So they will work to ensure that you go on the show at some point.
Yeah, I love a formal invite.
Yeah. Well, okay. So something to work on. Then I got Michael DeBlow.
Do you guys sell the stickers on the PNS spray bottles separately as the PNS official spray bottles are out of stock everywhere in Europe, Belgium, the Netherlands, web shops?
We do not.
They come with the bottles, right?
Yeah, they come on the bottles. I know they're out of stock. It's been a while since Europe's gotten a shipment. I believe there's one on the way. The best thing you can do here that is better than I can do for you is to call your distributor there, whichever one you use, and ask them if they ordered bottles, which I know they all did, and when they expect them to be there.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't sell the stickers.
Noted.
Yeah.
Then I've got Potato Man with a picture of Abraham Lincoln saying
Nice.
WSG Gang.
Nice.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln.
Ronnie Yacht.
Says raccoons are nocturnal. They'll keep you up all night.
So you know what, Ron? What I learned from a lady on TikTok was you get the automatic cat feeders.
Oh.
And then you set those to like give them a couple kibbles throughout the night, and then you can sleep.
Keeps them happy.
Yeah.
Then Joey saying he's going to unsubscribe for this behavior. I'm not sure if he's referring to the craziness we had over by the Jeep or if he's targeting Anthony specifically.
I think he might be talking about the Jeep photo.
Could go
but
either
I'm pretty
way,
sure he
I
got
feel.
the Jeep photo as well.
All right. And then Buff and Tony saying he's proud to contribute to the wacky TRC Q&As of old today.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Yep.
Bringing it
Thanks
back.
for taking one for the team,
Glad you're
Tony.
living your best life, Tony.
That's the spirit. All right. Super Auto. Better late than never. Happy to have you here, Al.
Nice.
Yep.
And fine detail. The boys are out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fully in control. Thank you for
Apparently
noticing
they all
that,
vanished.
Ryan.
Now it's just Gabe.
Someone's going to have
good, he put shoes back
to
on.
split their pants if they want to be like Mr. Matt Mormon. That's too funny. I'm sure somebody's willing to do it.
Then Ryan here, Fine Detailing, saying, more towels, please. Sorry for yelling. Don't apologize. You're passionate. We
Teal
like our
towels.
product yellers.
You missed the word teal towels. More teal towels,
Yes.
please.
Sydney
Yes.
really wants to emphasize that point. So, something to consider. Joey.
This actually existed, right?
I mean, it
I
did.
have some.
It did.
Yeah, I still have packs.
And they said TRC on the border.
Yeah, Joey, I'll give you some when you come. I still have some.
Ooh, got those. And then I've got Alex here. Want to know good towel for laugh? Is it a low towel or a high towel? Could the pearl towel go? What? I'm sorry, this may be a possible language barrier. I'm having trouble understanding this one. Are you guys doing any better than me at this? Could you help?
No, the
help
only
Dane
thing I
out?
can tell you that I can try to decipher between this is a pearl is not a high low.
Alex, my friend, we want to help you.
Yeah.
We want to get to the bottom of this,
All right.
but we
I
need
feel
some
like
more
the word
clarification.
laugh is
We'll
going to
try.
change everything if we can figure out what that word laugh was supposed to be.
Yeah, just help us out there. We'll definitely try.
Need
Bauer.
more special edition towels, says Aaron Bauer. Okay, good to know.
They're difficult to come by.
Then the Pluffly wants it to come back. and in a different color. The color was meant to be neutral on those.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an inoffensive, kind of platinum-y color, but
Yeah.
I get it. People want exciting colors. The hard thing with exciting colors is, for all the people who do like it, there's always just as many, if not more,
Yeah.
who don't, and you wind up selling to like a super specific audience, and it's tough unless you offer multiple shades, and in which case, that's got to sit in stock on a shelf, and if it's a slow seller, it just becomes something that like doesn't move.
Yeah.
And you got other things that move quickly. It's just as a logistical, economical thing. You're trying to find ways to appease people, but not end up with stuff sitting on a shelf.
Yeah.
Blue Line.
I've noticed that natural shine rubs off easily, and leaves leaves some shine that lasts when it rubs off. What the heck? I've noticed that natural shine rubs off
You're having a
easily
stroke.
and leaves some shine that when it rubs off, is noticeable and doesn't clean like Swift. But I love the scent. Any ideas if PNS will make Swift in ...
Right. So here's the deal. That's supposed to do that. So natural finish is supposed to have a natural finish, no shine. So what you're seeing when you first put it on is kind of what we call a guide shine, so that you know where you put it, but then it is supposed to totally matte out and disappear. So it's not supposed to leave behind a shine. So that is supposed to happen. And it does not have any cleaning abilities like Swift. So Swift is one of a kind that is meant as like a hybrid cleaner and dressing. And so, yes, natural finish has no cleaning abilities. And then we lost what he meant by,
He
are they gonna
wanted
make it?
Swift in a new car scent.
Oh, yeah, we probably won't. Oh, I see. You just put that up.
Yeah.
No, we probably won't change the scent of Swift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Followed by Joey. What's he saying, Anthony?
I want to do an interior without release now. Even when there's no pet hair, the odor. I want to do an interior without.
He won't do an
I
interior
won't.
without it. Yeah, won't. Even if there's no pet hair, the odor neutralizer does wonders for each interior. That and just the fact that it, no matter what's on the carpet, it makes it vacuum up easier. It doesn't matter if it's sand, pet hair, food, dust. It doesn't matter. Like, it makes everything vacuum up easier.
Makes it detachable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy. Ryan Rigdon. I stumbled across an old detox with Ivan in the tiny room.
Wow.
Anthony had a mohawk. Currently taking bids for my NFT screenshot.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, that's exciting.
Did
I
you have a
remember
mohawk?
those days. Your
My
mom cut your
mohawk.
hair, right?
It was like a faux hawk.
Kind of.
I mean, I
Just-
used to rock a mohawk all the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's kind of like, I just shave the sides.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like a minute. I mean, it looks more extreme.
Did you kind of
looking.
do this? Like,
No, I just kind of combed it up. It looked more extreme in videos than it really was in person.
true. That's true.
I do remember the tiny room.
Baby Liquidators is 12 by 12, like the gauntlet.
Yeah. Jamie.
My husband was skeptical regarding release until he used it.
Yeah. It's
Well,
so good.
We're
Very
glad
good.
your husband enjoyed PNS
good.
release. Then we've got Blue Line Automotive and Aviation Detailing.
Or maybe I'm not applying natural shine correctly. It's natural
Yeah,
finish,
it's
right?
natural finish, yeah.
If I buff off the excess, I get this feeling it's being wiped off entirely.
Right. It's not. It's soaking into the surface and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it is, that's why it's called natural finish, is it's supposed to give a very natural finish. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I like to say that it's the guide shine that's telling you where it's been so that you make sure you get it everywhere. If we didn't add that, you wouldn't know where you put it and where you didn't. So it stays shiny for about 5 minutes and then it completely mattes out and looks like it disappears. So you're good.
Okay.
Swift
Then he
cleans and
followed up.
protects, but not sure if people all like orange creamsicle scent. New car scent would be nice, and then it would be an option down the road.
Yeah, it probably won't be, and I'll just be totally honest about this. We don't do multiple scents in one product. And so we do the creamsicle scent, and that, I will tell you, about 85% of the people love it. I don't think that there's any product on earth that every single person loves the scent.
Yeah.
And then we have our leather scent dedicated to natural finish. So now I'm not supposed to say this, but I will tell you where Swift came from. Swift came from me mixing Absolute with natural finish to make a clean and shine in one. So maybe you could try that if you don't like Swift.
Okay.
But that's kind of what where, and not to say that that's how we made Swift, but that's where the idea
The genesis of the idea.
Yes, where Dave said, okay, we need to make something to do this, came from. So try it.
Cool. All right. Buff and Tony. Root beer tastes like Abraham Lincoln looks.
Okay.
To which I say, Tony, I think you're confusing the bottles with a picture of Henry Weinard on them, and you just think that's Abraham Lincoln without the hat? Not totally sure. Anyway, moving on. Alex Dewar, Teal Towel
Yes.
Gang.
A lot of love for the teals.
Yeah.
A lot of love. A lot of love. All right.
Why is P&S glass coating so much more significantly priced? All others are $30 and $30 range. I can see it being slightly more to be on the expensive side, but it's so much more.
I don't set any of the pricing, but what I do know is that the raw materials that go into making it, I mean, all of P&S prices are based off of their cost of making that product. So they're, they don't really set it off of industry. I do agree, though. I myself have felt like it's maybe a little bit high, but I do know that it's based off of what it costs P&S to make that product. I haven't seen any glass coatings in the $30 range, but that's awesome. None of the ones I use are, but maybe I'm just not looking around enough. But definitely, I agree. It probably is higher priced, but I know that P&S does it based off of what it costs them to make the product.
Well, and I would also want to know, what it's comparing it to in terms of, cost per volume.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that way it's apples to apples
Yeah.
and not just this bottle costs less and you look and you're like, oh, well, that's a vastly smaller bottle of product
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to totally look into that. I have never really
Very well
paid
could be the
attention.
case. I mean, just listening to that. But I know Dave has talked about raw materials many times before,
Yeah.
and he does try and seek out specific stuff
Yeah.
for specific
Yeah.
purposes and doesn't always take the easiest approach, which
Right.
means sometimes they're harder to find, they're more expensive, maybe a little more exotic or something.
Yeah.
It's not just BS. There's actual
It's all a
rationale
calculation
behind
thing.
it.
So, I mean, there must be a reason for it, but I'll look into it totally.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, P&S, as far as brands go, generally speaking, feels like pretty good bang for buck brand out
Yeah.
there compared to some other brands out
Yeah.
there. They've always been a little more on the affordable
Yeah,
side
and I
compared to
get
some of the boutique stuff.
I get
out there.
8 or 10 cars out of one bottle of View. So,
Yeah,
I'll look at it though. I've never really paid attention.
sure. Then we got Michael.
So does Beadmaker has a drying aid only play well together with Defender and Wash Clay Seal, or does it work similar with any SiO2 spray sealant? For example, M799 Hybrid Ceramic Booster.
I've never tried it with a different one. I would imagine that most it's going to work okay with. I know that there's one product that I've ever found in all of my years using Beadmaker that Beadmaker does not work with, and that is C2V3.
Okay.
Does not play well, but that's the only product that I have seen or heard that it does not play well with. So I would imagine it works. I've never tested it because I love Defender, but try it. Let us know.
Yep, totally.
Then we've got Michael again.
Does Beadmaker as a drying? Oh no, we got that, Dane.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep.
Moving on. I wanted to actually check
Joe
out the
Valency
Jeep
says,
here.
I have plenty of teal Wolfpack towels. I just want that color in an Edgeless 365. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yes.
From Joey Walensky.
Yeah. No, Joey, I've been throwing the, what do you call it when you throw the,
The hot dog in the water.
No. No, when you
throwing the
throw it
basketball
out
in
into
the
the
hoop.
ether, like you
Putting it out
drop the
into the
hints to the
world.
people to the powers that be.
Yeah.
I have dropped the hints. I've dropped all the hints. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best we can do for now.
You've extended your
Yeah, it didn't involve hot dogs.
No.
the hot dogs in the water. Hot dog. Have you ever boiled hot dogs?
No. Absolutely
Did you
not.
say the other day
I would rather die.
You do eat hot dogs or you don't eat hot dogs?
No, I do eat hot dogs. I would never eat a boiled hot dog or a microwaved hot dog. That is like for camping.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
would never,
doing that. No.
not even an option?
No.
So
No.
then gas station hot dog?
It's been
On
on,
the
the
rollers.
On
rollers.
the roller, I eat the gas station hot dog on the roller.
Yeah.
You
I can
would?
live with that.
Yeah.
Really? No
Yeah.
issues there? You're not worried about it?
No.
Like it being open to the elements for so long?
I mean, we're talking like once a year, not like every weekend. But I've gotten the Johnsonville cheddar better,
Sure.
from the Shell station. Those
They're
things are
pretty.
good.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, as long as they're cooked all the way through.
Now,
Yeah.
Costco dog. That's
Those are
that's a good way to go.
that's gas. That's what's it called? That's acid reflux waiting to happen.
Nah,
Dude, I
they're
burp
better
up.
than that.
No,
I,
Dane.
better
I
than
do
that.
like a good Costco, but you know what I really love is Scotty's hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Scotty's
You know what's
dogs.
disappointing? Nathan's hot dogs, I don't think are very good.
No, they're not. Yeah, but I
Not
do
my
love the hot dog
experience.
contest on the 4th of July. We do
That's
watch
true.
that
Joey
every
Chestnut's making a comeback
year.
apparently.
He is. I
Is
can't
he?
wait.
I'm
Yes.
excited for Joey Chestnut,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like
He's coming
4th of
back.
July, my ideal hot dog, honestly, if you guys want to know a good way to cook hot dog, freaking air fryer, man.
Oh, I've not done
Air
that.
fried hot
Okay.
dogs are incredible. They
I
are
have not
so
done that.
good. It cooks them absolutely perfectly. You drop those into a nice little toasted bun. Do you ketchup, mustard, relish?
Ketchup only. Oh, relish.
Relish.
Do you know how they make relish?
No, I don't.
It's pickles chopped
Yeah.
up.
That's,
Yeah,
I like pickles.
That's relish. It's awesome.
yeah.
No.
Get relish, sauerkraut, can take it or leave it, but give me a nice, good stone ground mustard.
No.
Maybe Dijon, something like that. Then with some relish. Then, kimchi, says Nick.
no.
in my
Holy
ear.
crap, kimchi hot dog!
He's
I never
getting
thought
exotic
about
with
that.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that.
So like I've done like grilled onion, you know,
How
like
about like
grilled
a pork belly hot dog? Would that be a...
yeah, but like grilled onion with like jalapenos and then like ketchup on that hot dog. Oh, it's amazing. Super good. Yeah, a little bit of ketchup. You guys do mustard.
I only do
No,
ketchup.
you said ketchup, like a cat is going up.
ketchup, yeah.
No, it's
Ketchup.
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 Although some people say
Ketchup.
ketchup. If you look at the way
Yeah.
it's spelled in some
They're
countries
wrong.
and stuff, they
Ketchup.
do
I
that.
call it ketchup.
Anyway,
Ketchup.
we've gotten
We're from
way
Idaho.
off
Right.
course
We're
here.
from Idaho. We have ketchup,
Jamie
Idaho.
Ford.
We have ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Jamie Ford says, I agree with you, Joey. Release and it's odor neutralizing. Then we've got Jesse Grease here saying, hey guys, in your opinion, is ADS quartz coating easier to install than CSL and V5? Gloss, durability, question mark.
Oh man, it's pretty easy to apply. It's pretty easy to apply. Just wait a little bit of time. Give it time. Give
Okay.
it just like if you can hold off for about a month, Jesse.
Wow.
You're gonna be
Timeline and
a pretty
everything.
happy person. Dude, my hair is just looking crazy right now. Look at that. I get some gel up in here. And you get what's that? I need some got to be glued. You know what I mean?
No,
yeah,
not that
yeah.
stuff. You'll
Yeah.
have just like gel flakes looking like dandruff for days.
The white gel flakes. Yep.
I remember middle school.
Nathan says, I'm using Solution Finish in hot, humid weather, and I'm noticing it's having trouble drying, curing. Is this normal?
Yeah, unfortunately, that is normal. I think Solution Finish really needs to dry, and so if it's humid,
So I wonder in that case if Trim Plus would be a better solution
I would try Trim
in that
Plus for
scenario.
sure. Yeah, I would try Trim Plus for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still, that is to say, Solution Finish is an awesome product, and I would never hesitate to recommend it to anybody.
but it does need
knowing
to
that,
dry. Yeah, for sure.
All right, GM Car Care.
Wow. Hello from Belgium. Somebody want fresh fries, waffles, and beer?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Okay.
That does,
Then Super
yeah.
Auto. So, Sid, you said that
was
release
just
works
gonna
great
say
on
this.
clothes as a wrinkle release. I can speak
I
to
was
that.
just
I've
gonna
used
say
that
yes. I was
several
just gonna
times
say I
now.
need to talk about my favorite use for
Do it.
release. So it is an awesome like ironer, right? Like it totally you can put it on t-shirts, whatever's wrinkled. Like literally they laugh at me here because I'll take my shirts and lay them on the back carpet and spray it and just smooth it out. It literally releases wrinkles immediately and then makes your shirt smell like it just got out of the laundry. Like it's so good. Have you tried it?
Not yet.
It's so good.
Dane did it the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's so
it
good.
saved a shirt. I threw it in the dryer after
Yeah.
spritzing
I
it a
don't
bit.
even spray it in the I don't even put it in the dryer. I just smooth it out. But
perfectly.
It's funny because in the media center, I'll be back there doing it, and all of a sudden somebody will go, "Is Sydney ironing?"
Yep.
Because you can smell it.
Blue Line wanted to say, love the advice, so he appreciate you guys weighing in.
Awesome.
Then he says, absolute and natural finish. How would you dilute them together hypothetically if you did it?
If you did it. So I usually I did the 250 6-to-1 on the absolute, and then, I want to say that I added like 4 ounces of natural finish to a 16-ounce bottle, but that's something like start off a little bit lower and see how you feel about it. So,
Okay.
you might end up like 50-50, honestly.
Sure.
But I would start out at 4 ounces. If that's not enough, try 8. You're probably not going to be over 8, but try that.
Okay. Then Aaron asking, Costco boils their hot dogs, right? I actually don't
tell
know.
us that.
I've
I
never
don't want to
looked.
know. I don't want to know. It'll ruin it.
I've enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Been a good time.
I actually think they're on a roller.
Dane
though.
is a hot dog.
I like them.
Alex Dewar says, remember when Anthony tried to prank family with hot dogs on a lawn and bailed? Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
Pepperidge
can't
Farm
wait
remembers.
Are we having hot dogs for 4th of July?
Prepped so many hot
we
dogs.
should have hot dogs on the next Q&A next week.
Ooh.
So what are we working with here? Let's check the dates.
It's the 3rd.
I
already know this.
remember there was a Halloween where they grilled hot dogs over my grave.
Yeah. Don't we have a George Foreman grill?
So we do.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it is going to be a Thursday. We're going to have a 3-day weekend.
There's
So,
an air
Plug in
fry
right
'em
there. We
here.
could set up a grill.
so you guys
air
want to do
fry
hot?
'em
You guys
here.
want to do hot dogs next Thursday?
Air fryer, yes.
Yes.
Air fried
I
hot
don't know.
dogs.
What do
Yes.
you guys think? Let us
Okay.
know in the comments.
Yes.
Is
We
that
can
a
do
good
air fried
idea?
hot dogs.
Yes.
Who's bringing the air fryer?
I mean, mine's kind of big. You
I
have
the,
more portable
I have
one,
the
maybe?
Ninja one with the 2 trays. Mine's not super big, but it's the one with the trays. Do those work? That you pull
Yeah.
out? Yeah.
Yeah. So we just get some hot dogs on there. We get some nice, decent buns. Dane, you are on the nanny cam right now.
Oh, I am. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
'cause
Oh, hi.
I think
Jeez,
we are.
they got me. I'm
I
trying
think
to be
so.
all
Maybe
helpful
what we'll
here.
do is we'll have somebody in charge of buns, somebody in charge of the hot dogs, somebody in charge of the whatever, and
Yeah.
then somebody in charge of like condiments. I would love to be able to do some just decent
Sure,
condiments.
We got a bunch of hot dog talk.
like
I'm
some,
trying
like,
to find the detail.
gourmet hot
Oh my
dogs.
gosh. We've got to
It's,
do it.
it's a bit of a struggle, but
It's in
we will
honor of
find
4th
it.
of July, which we're on the 3rd. It'll be perfect.
All right, Blue Line wants to know, does Absolute have a scent? Yes.
Yes,
it
it's
does.
coconut lime, but what I will tell you is it's not super strong.
No.
So the natural finish will probably overpower that. So you'll have like
Yes.
a coconutty leather. It'll be nice.
All right, and then Bro Code saying, Sydney, thanks for the info on my black rims that came out mint.
Nice. Love it.
Sweet.
And I've got Neil White.
You guys need to bring back slop dogs and use Wagyu hot dogs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Jeez.
I know.
I don't
You know
do
what?
soggy buns. I'm not
Like,
gonna lie.
I'm not a slop
I would
dog guy. We
love.
know
I
this.
would love
I
for
don't
us
like
to
soggy
be
buns.
starting on like the Q&A, the hot dogs, and then like hear like a bang on the door, and like the garage door opens, and in slow motion, it's Levi walking in with manwich sauce and ground beef, right? Like ready to cook.
And it's
like,
playing Chariots of Fire in the background.
Yeah.
Dum,
Yeah.
That would be
We're
hilarious.
like, no way.
Yeah.
It's Levi Gates, the master of the slop dogs.
Oh boy.
Did you guys know that I got to hang out with Levi last Friday?
We heard. I was
Yeah.
how was he?
It was great. His
So give us the
the
update.
training
Tell us
center
about
was
that.
so cool. Yeah, no, it was obviously great to see him. Hadn't seen him since November. No, he's doing great. Like the place is so cool. Auto wash is awesome. The training center was awesome. We got to meet I think he had 2 of his detailers that work for him there. They were great. But yeah, he's done a great job, and we had a fantastic training and such a great facility to have it in. And yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Yeah.
Nice. So
Super
so
cool.
nice. Pretty nice area. Did you
Yeah.
see the Cracker Barrel in the parking lot?
Yes, it's right in the in the
That's
parking lot.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, right in the parking lot. And then where they're building all the new stuff, and then like just like 1 block over, there's this whole like, you know, with what do you call it? Texas Roadhouse, like all the rest of the stuff.
Oh,
Chili's,
yeah.
like there's so many food places right
there's
there.
a Chick-fil-A in that parking lot
They're
as well.
building it. Yeah, they're
So
in the
they're
middle
gonna
of
have
building
Chick-fil-A. They're gonna
Yeah.
have Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
in the
Literally
same parking lot.
everything
Yeah.
those guys like.
it. Yeah,
So
yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
great.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
It is pretty great. The only thing that threw me off was there's a car wash right outside Auto Wash, and it's not an Auto Wash car wash. It's like something different. That was kind of weird, but no, the Auto Wash facility was amazing, and yeah, Levi's done a great job at setting it up. It was really fun.
cool.
That's cool. I only use what do you say? I only eat my hot dogs something.
I only eat my.
Oh gosh.
Oh no! I only eat my hot dogs. FaceTiming Tony M. Direct eye contact can't be broken.
Yes.
Okay. That's enough of that. I'm sure that's gonna get memed now. Fine detailing.
And Gabe's Grill still dead in the outdoor bay? Yes.
No,
Yeah.
remember we
Thanks.
had to take it back that night because his wife was grilling steaks or something.
It's like one of the wheels.
So like everyone had to
the whole
rush it.
thing
Yeah,
was-
everyone had to rush it back home.
It was
It's
rough,
hilarious.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what it's worth, those steaks were still delicious. I don't
They
care what
were
anybody
delicious.
says. Like the quality of that meat was great.
Oh,
I had
man.
a good time.
Joey, I think we need to detail Gabe's grill for a
There you go.
segment. I mean, you can polish a turd, but
Or we could maybe we could take the super chat money and buy Gabe a new grill.
I don't think the viewers would want us to
No,
do that with
Carson
that. I'm sure
refuses.
Gabe would love it, but Yeah, there we go.
There
Why
you
don't we
go.
take the super chat money and buy us a grill, says
yeah.
Nick. And
Yeah. There you
actually,
go.
that's maybe
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
worthy of consideration.
Blue Line says that little of absolutely really adds that much cleaning power to natural finish. Interesting. If it's true, when I try.
I can't explain that. I just know that I like to mix stuff together, and sometimes it works. And Dave tells me not to do that, but sometimes it works. So
Stop it.
I mean, I'm assuming it's because the Absolute has polymer cleaning technology, right? And so if you used surfactant-based soaps, it would kill the natural finish, right? And so I don't know, there was something that worked about that. And honestly, that was kind of what helped get Dave down that road. He had tried multiple times to make a clean and shine, but the surfactant, the soap, would kill the protectant. And so when I told him what I was doing, then that kind of got him thinking like, oh, okay, what if I go to polymer-based cleaners versus surfactant-based cleaners? And that worked. And it's not anywhere near Absolute mixed with natural finish is not what Swift is, FYI. But that like thinking is what started that. And so I can't explain why it works. I'm not the chemist. I'm just saying this worked for me in a pinch before we had Swift.
Sweet.
Okay.
So, but check back with us next week. Let me know how it goes.
No, that's great. Then I got Buff and Tony. Hey, I was on the Dead Dane Halloween hot dog bash.
No.
That's right. Oh, man, what a throwback.
Was he here for that?
I thought he was, actually. I'd have to go
I
back
don't
and look to
know,
be
like,
sure.
But
Was
like
he?
we literally did have to hand Dane like hot dogs with dirt on it. To,
Yeah,
like,
no,
actually,
you guys literally covered it. It was a whole thing.
It was
anyway.
goodness.
It was.
I
We had
missed that.
topsoil. We had mulch.
Yeah, that was not great.
Yikes.
Thanks for throwing that
I
on my
missed
dog.
that.
I did not eat that one. I'm going to throw it over to Carson here to tell us a little bit more about what he did because I'm actually caught up in the comments. So I'm going to give him a minute to do that. But Carson, tell us what you did.
Well, we finished the Jeep up, got it all clean, full scented with some dressing. Gabe did a great job with his dogs out, mind you, cleaning the interior and the dashboard. He used a little bit of Express, and then I was following up with a little bit of Cockpit to help. Got the mats all clean, used Gumi on it, and then dressed a few things with Dynamic since this plastic was super, super dry. Other than that, everything's full scent. This was definitely a different experience washing a car like that I can't just foam. I had to be very selective on where I was foaming things, but other than that, I think it looks pretty good. It's a little dusty still, but we can't use the air tool since we're on air. So.
There we go.
It looks good.
Great Lakes Reliance here saying hello from Michigan. Hello right
Hello,
back
Great
at
Lakes.
you. Then I got Victor Garcia saying, what happened to the Detail Factory bucket guards? Anthony.
I haven't gotten an update on those. I was actually just thinking about that this morning.
Detail Factory buck. Oh,
And he
they're
says,
all-
I've been looking
Yeah.
and looking at their site
It's-
and nothing.
Yeah, it's very soon. I mean, like very, very soon.
Cool.
Okay.
Like super soon.
Are there
Like
any
literally so
other,
soon.
since we have the moment here and the comments are catching up, I want to ask you, as far as stuff that happened during TRCMA that people haven't seen yet, what are some highlights that people can look forward to in the near future? He can't say anything, really?
Like, so there is a lot of different things in the near future. Trust me when I say there's a lot of different things in motion right now. It's some of these things we need a little bit more time on them, but not just from us at TRC, but from some other brand partners. But I know that, obviously ADS has some pretty awesome stuff coming out and some stuff that was recently released. Mm-hmm. Keep an eye on ADS. I think more cool stuff is coming. Keep an eye on Detail Factory for sure. Mm-hmm. Keep an eye on the last detail, the last cut, Jace Price. Keep an eye on, let's see, I think there's still more stuff coming on the line for Koch, G-Technic. I think all those guys are going to be covered as well. PNS.
I think we'll have an August drop actually.
August, okay.
I think so.
We're about a month,
I think so.
a month and a half away from that.
I think we're going to be able to pull it off. Yeah.
So everything is coming that was either teased or around that time. It's just right now, we're kind of in this like
It's
final
that in-between
stretch
period.
where we're like, let's just get there and get these things released because we're just as excited as you guys are, for
Fair.
sure.
Then I also have Victor asking, did he apply anything to the trim of that Jeep?
Use just a little bit of Dynamic. Then, of course, full send. So
Where specifically did you focus with full send?
full send, it was the tires, inner fender wells, and then some of the black plastics. around, and then on the top, since I wanted more of like a controlled area, I just had dynamic and dressed them with a no soak applicator, and so that's what I did on there. But that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. And were there any areas, because it was caked with mud and everything, did you focus specifically with any products to break it down first, or did you just go straight in?
Yeah, I mean, Mudbuster was great. It definitely broke down a ton of stuff and did a great job. Other than that, I used Touchless. Touchless did a good job as well. And then Decon Soap, both kind of just hit it and broke down that dirt.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're all caught up on comments. I'm not going to drag this out any further. We did a great job today. We're in under time, shockingly. It's not a big vehicle, but it's kind of tall, right?
Well, Dane, this leaves a perfect opportunity for people to go to theradcompany.com right now. 4-hour sale happening. 25% off microfiber, 10% off chemicals. Get a free wash mitt for orders over $75. A sale you don't want to miss out. Also, the limited edition Bomb Pop sticker, which is also really, really cool. So, really, that is going to be it from us here at the Rag Company today. Sydney, thank you so much for joining us. Carson, thank you so much for going full send. Dane, thanks for being on your feet for 2 hours. You certainly are a gentleman and a scholar.
I get a bajillion questions suddenly coming in at the end because everybody was waiting.
What can you do?
That's what happens, guys. Sorry.
Hey, we're cutting it off like it's hot. So
you had your chance. Sorry.
We will see you guys next week for the day before the 4th of July, where we will make hot dogs a thing. We are roasting hot dogs. We are doing the dang thing. It's going to be a ton of fun, so don't go anywhere. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hit that thumbs up, guys. We'll see you.